Louisiana, Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102, broadcasting 24/7, 365, KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
The 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament for you tonight here on Eagle 102. Marion Everhart, Corey Buchanan in with me. We've got Mark Froelich over in the middle school gym. He's going to be providing some updates for us this evening on some games over in the middle school gym. But, Corey, our first game of the night, number 1 seed Elsberry, who's been on quite a streak, is taking on number 8 Louisiana, who had a 4-game winning streak coming out of the Clopton tournament. We're going to break all the action down for you next during the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, PJ Salon, and Center Locker Service.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, Infant through Adult Immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, Corey, these two teams did meet in the Clopton Invitational Tournament. They opened things up, and it wasn't a pretty game by any means. Elsberry got the win 34-8. But some things have happened since then. Louisiana, after that loss, won back-to-back-to-back-to-back games, and that is something that the Lady Bulldogs have not done. In fact, the win against Mark Twain in overtime at the Clopton Invitational Tournament, it stopped the 50-game losing streak. And since then, they went on to beat Mark Twain, Winfield, Wright City, and Christian. And then they went back, and then they faced Elsberry again at Elsberry. This time they lost 45-24, so they got a few more points on the board this time. But when it's a Bowling Green tournament, anything can happen.
You are right, and judging from the sheet here, it looks like Louisiana is actually starting off freshmen and sophomores, so they're actually a really young squad, it looks like. And, you know, it's only going to be going up from here, hopefully, if everybody sticks with it. But, yeah, I think they've got their hands full tonight with Elsberry, but you never know. It's a tournament, so whoever shows up to play is the one that's going to walk away with a dub here.
You know, Elsberry comes in 10-6 on the season, Louisiana 4-10, and was looking down at some of Elsberry's games. You know, they recently lost to Van Far, which was 54-43. Now, early in the season, Louisiana lost to Van Far, but the score was 65-53. So Louisiana has the ability to put up the points. It's just going to be, can they get on track tonight? Can they get those shots to sink? And then will they be able to keep up with the physicality of the Elsberry Lady Indians? We're going to talk about some keys to the game for you coming up. Plus, we're going to check in with Mark Froelich in the middle school gym and see what he has to say about his games. All that for you coming up and more as you're listening to the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Calumet of Missouri, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Well, Corey, I think the big key tonight, and it's probably for both sides of the ball, whether you're Louisiana or whether you're Elsberry, is going to be taking care of that basketball. We've recently watched with KJFM a couple games where turnovers were just the death of the teams. They may have had the lead going into the fourth quarter, but turnovers in the fourth really, it just did them in.
Yeah, you're right. The turnovers, I mean, that can make or break you. And then also another key, I think, is making the shots that you should make, whether that's a wide open layup or you're inside the paint, maybe a little kill zone jump shot, just capitalizing on all those opportunities you get and also not turning the basketball over.
Of course, as we've mentioned every game, make sure you make your free throws. That's probably about as key as they come. Take care of the basketball. More importantly, go out there, have a little bit of fun. This is the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. We're just 3 short years away from that 100-year mark. So Elsberry looking to make a little bit of history. They did at Clopton as they got their championship trophy down there this year. They're wanting to get one here at Bowling Green too, but I have a feeling they're going to have to come to play because there's going to be a big target on their back.
Now, is the Bowling Green tournament, is that the oldest tournament in the state, or is it Monroe City? I know whenever we were up there.
So somebody else
there
said
were some Monroe City fans that were telling me that they were the oldest tournament.
Well, it's funny that you brought this up because Jim Ross and I talked about it on Thursday night. He kind of poked a little bit of fun at me. And we'll talk about Jim Ross here in just a little bit. He's off doing some fun things. But Bowling Green tournament is actually the oldest tournament in the state. It has always been the same time. Monroe City used to have theirs in, I believe it was February, and then one year decided to move it to December. So
then they thought that okay, yes, I see what's going on here.
So, yes. So Bowling Green's still the oldest tournament in the state of Missouri. And let's check in now with Mark Froenig. Mark, tell us a little bit about your first matchup this evening.
Well, I just want to get in on this a little bit with this Monroe City Bowling Green thing. They even have a banner in their gym, oldest tournament in Missouri.
No, they don't.
No, they do. Oh, they do. But, it is a point of contention between these two communities for sure. And it would be actually fun to see Bowling Green go over or Monroe City get into this tournament and maybe decide things on the court.
That's a good idea, Mark. I think we ought to lobby for that.
Yeah. We've got Silex and Winfield. The 3-6 matchup is our first game of the night. And Silex, they've kind of been up and down, 8-6 on the season. It's just a matter of sticking to the game plan and not making those mistakes. They can have a tendency to look sloppy at times. And I think if they can play clean tonight, they're going to go past Winfield pretty easily. Winfield, we saw them, they're 6-9 on the season. Not a terrible record, but we saw them at the Clopton tournament exit in a couple in the consolation game with that loss to Louisiana, and it just looked like they didn't take Louisiana seriously that night. They better take the Owls seriously tonight, or they're going to get walked on pretty good.
All right, well, we're going to check back in with you coming up in just a little bit as we've got starting lineups headed your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Royal Banks, and CMC Distributing and Manufacturing.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high-deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We will start with the home team on the scoreboard this evening. That would be the Elsberry Lady Indians in their home white jerseys with black numbers and red trim. They are starting a 5'9" senior wearing number 4, Peyton Robinson. A 5'6" senior wearing number 14, Abby Jenkins. A 5'6" junior wearing number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. A 5'9" senior wearing number 20, Kelsey Plaster. And a 5'8" freshman wearing number 25, her sister, Maya Plaster. For the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, they are in their cardinal red road jerseys with white numbers and black trim. They are starting a 5'5" freshman wearing number 1, Jordan Pedersen. A 5'7" sophomore wearing number 5, Ty Campbell. A 5'9" sophomore wearing number 10, Reagan Bowser. A 5'7" sophomore wearing number 23, Deprecia Chapman. And a 5'7" sophomore wearing number 25, Emily Powell. So we'll go over those starting lineups for you in just a moment. But first, let's check in with Mark Fronick for his starters.
Yeah, first for the Winfield Lady Warriors, the 6th seed, they'll start a senior number 1, Madison Kirkmeyer, then a sophomore number 4, Rensley Davidson. Junior number 11, Cadence Berry gets the start. Number 23, a junior Elena Parr, and a senior number 33, Kylie Howard. For Silex, the 3 seed, the starters, a 5'4" junior number 1, Rita Thurman. Number 2, a 5'5" sophomore, Abigail Mooney. Number 4, a 5'2" sophomore, Maddie Isom. A junior number 11, 5'7", Maddie Hall. And rounding out the starting 5 for Coach Robert James is a 5'11" junior, number 25, Sarah Gradicke. So those are your starters over here, and we'll provide you updates as this contest goes along all night long and into the second game between Banfar and North Callaway.
All right, we appreciate it. We'll take our final break. We'll be back with opening tip and the national anthem next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Craig Bowen CPA, and Beinhoff Funeral Homes.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, and MLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Here at the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament, it's girls opening round action this evening. Let's tell you about the games going on tonight. As we mentioned, we're getting ready for the number 1 Elsberry Lady Indians taking on number 8 Louisiana Lady Bulldogs. In the middle school gym going on right now, number 3 Silex taking on number 6 Winfield. We'll have updates from Mark Froenig throughout the game for that as well. Then our 7 o'clock matchups here in this gym, we will have number 2 Clopton taking on number 7 Bowling Green. And in the middle school gym, number 4 Van Far taking on number 5 North Callaway. Again, Mark Froenig will keep us updated on things going on in the middle school gym. You can find us, of course, online at kjfmradio.com on the radio itself. Corey, little, novel thing these days. If you go to 102.1, if you have the app, the KJFM radio app, you can just hit listen now and have those as well. And then, of course, you can also tell Alexa, hey, just play KJFM radio.
Hey, I finally got that app, by the way, at the beginning of this basketball season. I forgot about doing it last year.
What's taking you so long?
I don't know.
It's your phone's best friend.
I know.
All right, well, they're getting ready to do starting lineups here. And I'm assuming, actually, that the national anthem will be played next game before the Bowling Green game.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm guessing either the band will come out or they will have, music over the PA. But I always forget that they usually do it for the host school.
They could have me sing, and I could step down there and sing.
They could, but
everybody probably run out of the gym after hearing
they
me
want
sing.
They want fans here. Speaking of fans, they're kind of struggling in here just a little bit, as it's just a little bit after 5. Well, it's just 5:30 right on the nose. We promised to give the scorekeepers across the way a little bit of hard time. Karen Schuckenbrock, who's been doing this well. I mean, I'm just going to say that maybe I graduated 20 plus years ago and she was doing it then.
Oh, wow, and don't get me started on Kerry Bibb.
Well, he's just old. That's just all there is to it. He's been around since Methuselah. All right. And we've got the starting lineups. We'll see. I believe they're going to start the Louisiana Bulldogs. But they've got to do those special announcements that, make sure that we all behave ourselves, that everybody acts appropriately.
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah, we got to be good sports. All right. For Louisiana, we'll have the starting lineups for them. We mentioned earlier a 5'5 freshman wearing number 1, Jordan Pedersen. A 5'7 sophomore wearing number 5, Ty Campbell. A 5'9 sophomore wearing number 10, Reagan Bowser. A 5'7 sophomore wearing number 23, Deprecia Chapman. And a 5'7 sophomore wearing number 25, Emily Powell. So that's your starting lineup for the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs. Again, cardinal red, white numbers, and black trim. Now for the home team on the scoreboard this evening, the Elsberry Lady Indians. They are starting a 5'9 senior wearing number 4, Peyton Robinson. A 5'6 senior wearing number 14, Abby Jenkins. A 5'6 junior wearing number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. A 5'9 senior wearing number 20, Kelsey Plaster. And her sister, a 5'8 freshman wearing number 25, Maya Plaster. So there's your starting lineups for both teams. The Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, they are coached by Derek Branstetter, assisted by Kelsey Calvin. Of course, the Elsberry Lady Indians coached by Carrie Coke-Dow, assisted by Brittany Coke-Dow. We're ready for basketball, Corey.
Yep, Bowling Green tournament is getting ready to be
underway. It is kind of fun that it's amazing how much it's different than when we were in school enjoying the tournament, huh?
Yep, it's a big difference.
All right. Louisiana will move from our left to right on the radio dial. Everybody's in position. We're ready for basketball. As the referee makes her way to center court. If you haven't been in the gym yet, they got a nice makeover this summer, much like Clopton did. Yeah, it does. So with the basketball is Campbell. Campbell's going to bring it across the timeline, set up this offense for the Lady Dogs. 1-2-2 zone set up for the Elsberry Lady Indians. Powell with it. Now back to Pedersen over in the far corner to Campbell. Back up top. There's about a steal on the court. However, it's able to get back in the hands of Powell. Lobs it down low. Back kicks it back out to Chapman. Chapman wants an early bucket. Her shot's up. It's no good. They fight for the rebound under the basket. And it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Louisiana. So Plaster will inbound to Plaster. So That was Kelsey to Maya. Maya's going to bring it across the floor and run the offense for the Lady Indians. Over to Kelsey on the far wing, right in the middle of Louisiana's bench. Back up top to Jenkins, swings it near side to Maya. Maya looks inside, nothing there. Kelsey takes it top of the key over the far corner to Robinson. Bounce pass inside, and now we've got a tie up on the court, and we're going to have a jump ball. So the first jump ball of the night. Possession arrow stays with Elsberry. It looks like it's going to be Gladney inbounding the ball for the Lady Indians. On the far side of the court, in front of the judges' table, in front of the Louisiana cheerleaders. Kelsey with it, kicks it near side to Jenkins. Jenkins dribbles into the short block, down low, cross over to Gladney. Gladney shots up, and the Lady Indians get the first 2 points of the night. And it's 2-0. With the basketball is Powell. Powell over to Campbell, brings it back near side to Pedersen. Pedersen finds Chapman in the front court.
Oh, if you look up, she was open.
She dribbles around, brings it back. Pedersen, around the horn we go. Pedersen skips it over far side to Campbell right at the end of Elsberry's bench. Back up to Powell. Powell brings it back near side to Pedersen in the near corner to Chapman. Chapman down inside to Bowser. They move it around the horn. Louisiana being very patient, looking for those points. As Pedersen again plays a little pitch and catch with Calvin up top. Now finds Campbell over on the far end. Back up top to Campbell, or excuse me, to Pedersen now. Campbell with it now on the wing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think on that, whenever they get the ball to the side, that person on the block needs to kick down to that short corner so that way there's a little bit more room there in the lane. It's kind of bunched up with somebody at the high post and on a block. There's really, one person can guard two, so they need to work on their spacing a little bit.
Campbell with it again at the end of Elsberry's bench. Her shot's up, it's no good. Pedersen follows in for the rebound. Her putback's no good. And Robinson has the rebound for the Lady Indians, taking it the other direction. Robinson pulls up over on the far wing, skips it near side to Jenkins. Jenkins over to the charity stripe, back out top to Kelsey. Kelsey to Maya. Maya, long shot on the way. Her shot's up, it's no good. With the rebound is Gladney, but she's fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. 2-0 our score, 5:41 to go here in the first. Mackenzie Gladney at the free throw line.
I think that's going to be Ty Campbell charged with that one.
It is, and that is her first, team's first. Gladney's free throw shot up and good. Took it a minute to fall in there as it hit the back of the rim.
You don't see that kind of, when the ball hits the rim like that, you don't see that go in very often.
No, you don't. It bounced right back over and fell in. Second free throw shot on the way. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Chapman. Chapman kicks it to Powell. Powell brings it across the timeline. Dishes it off to Pedersen. Pedersen in the near corner. And the ball's about knocked away by Robinson. Now she has it. Gets it in the hands of Maya Plaster. Plaster working against Bowser. Comes across the timeline. Pulls up between the circles. She dribbles up top. Louisiana still in their 1-2-2 zone defense as well. They tried to save the ball from going out of bounds. They got the steal. Pedersen saved it right in front of Coach Calvin. Was able to kick it into Powell. Powell brings it across the half-court line. Now she's running the traffic for the Lady Bulldogs. Gets it to Pedersen. Pedersen back near side to Campbell. Campbell skips it back to Powell. Powell to Chapman at the end of Elsberry's bench. She wants a three. It's not falling for her this evening. Jenkins with the rebound. Jenkins in some trouble, and it looks like Campbell's going to pick up her second foul.
Yeah, and that's a foul that you don't want to commit that far away from the basket. I mean, Louisiana's getting some open shots. They just got to start knocking them down.
Checking in the basketball game. Looks like Katie Talbot is coming in for, well, that was for, I believe, Maya Plaster. Also checking in is Jalea Reese coming in for Louisiana Lady Bulldogs for Campbell. No, she came in for Kelsey Plaster. Maya with it now, lobs it down inside to Peyton. It's taken away by Louisiana. Reese with the basketball for the Lady Dogs. Takes her time getting across the timeline. Picks up dribble, gets it off to Powell. Powell and Reese playing a little pitch and catch up top. Back to the near side to Chapman. Down low in the block to Bowser. Bowser kicks it back out on the wing. Powell looks again. Swings it to Reese. Back to Powell. Powell back to Reese. A little pitch and catch up top.
Yeah, but you got to reverse it. You got to get it to a wing somehow to get the defense to shift to create an opening.
Well, it looks like Elsberry's almost switched to a 3-2 zone defense, and now there's a steal. That was by Maya Plaster.
It didn't count, though, because it went out of bounds.
So we'll stay with Louisiana. We got a timeout. We got a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. With 4:07 to go here in the first, Elsberry leads Louisiana 3-0 as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Lynn's Heritage House, and Knight Equipment Company.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Out of the timeout, Louisiana has the basketball. Powell gets it inbounds to Pedersen. Powell with it again, skips it near side to Bowser. Down low to Stewart, who's checked in the basketball game. Her shot's partially deflected. With the rebound is Plaster. That's Maya. Brings it into the front court, dishes it off to Jenkins to Robinson, and Robinson's going to travel. Robinson was looking for that open move.
She had an opening.
Yeah, she thought she was going, but her feet got a little bit happy, so she took a step just a little too quickly. Again, Lady Indians have the lead over Louisiana, 3-0, 3:52 to go here in the first. We're going to check in with Mark Froelich here in just a few moments for an update from his game with Silex and Winfield. They throw the ball up to Reese.
Oh, good ball.
Down low. Ooh, they got it in to Bowser. However, she was fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. She's going to take 2 shots. While she does that, let's check in with Mark.
Thank you very much. Here in the middle school gym, it's the Silex Lady Owls leading Winfield 11-4 behind 5 points from Abigail Mooney and 4 from Rita Thurman. Not a whole lot of offense on either side, but some pretty good defense from the Lady Owls to start things off, including another steal right now. They are really taking control of the possession of this ball game. So 11-4, 3:09 to go in the first quarter here in the middle school gym, and back to Marianne.
Bowser's first free throw shot was up and no good, but the second one did a trip around the world and fell good for the first points of the night for Louisiana. And then Elsberry comes back as they're trying to push the ball down the court. Katie Talbot got a little excited as they tossed up the ball, and she took a step without putting the ball down, so a traveling violation. Turns it back over to the Lady Dogs. 3-1 is our score here in the first. Pedersen with the basketball. Works up top. Over the far wing, back now with it to Powell. Powell skips it in the near side to Bowser. Bowser looks, and she's going to travel as well. Had a nice thought there, trying to dish it down and low to the block to Stewart, who was posting up, but unfortunately had to take a step to get it there. Here comes Louisiana. Both Plaster girls back on the court. Maya's going to bring it across the timeline for the Lady Indians. Takes it to the far side, kicks it off to Talbot. Talbot works it around, kicks it back again to Maya. Maya hits Kelsey at the end of Louisiana's bench. Back up top to Talbot. She wants a 3. It's off the mark. Ball's tipped around a couple different times. With the rebound is Powell. Powell works it for the Lady Dogs as she brings it across. She's picked up by Gladney with a little bit of pressure. They hand it off to Reese. Reese right back to Powell. Still in a zone defense from Elsberry. Long 3 on the way from Pedersen. It was a little bit short. Ball's loose, and it looks like
good hustle.
Yeah, Pedersen was coming in trying to take it away from Talbot, who had one arm wrapped around it. Pedersen saw the opportunity, came in and tied her up. Chapman coming back in the basketball game. She's subbing in for Bowser, also coming in the basketball game is number 32, Kelsey Chagloa. We're going to call her Kelsey for the Lady Indians. I had not seen her yet this year.
I was going to say, I was hoping you weren't going to ask me to try to pronounce it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm terrible with pronouncing names.
Chapman looks on the near side, now kicks it back up top, swings it over to the far side, and it's Kelsey Plaster using her athleticism to get in there and knock the ball out of bounds. It will stay with Louisiana. I should note that we are sitting across the gym from the benches. So Pedersen with the basketball. Brings it back to Powell. Little pitch and catch over from the near corner to Chapman. Moves it around, back to Pedersen. Pedersen, Powell. Working against this defense by the Indians. Powell with a long 3, and it's money. Lady Dogs take their first lead of the night. 4-3. Guess got to give them 3 points. As Maya brings it back near side, skips it to Peyton Robinson. Robinson back over to Maya over on the far block. Her shot's up. It's deflected by Stewart. It's loose. Powell saves it from going out of bounds, and it's still being tipped around. Finally coming away with it is Kelsey.
You never want to save it under your own basket.
Plaster with it. That's Kelsey out to Peyton.
Yep,
that's
travel.
Robinson and, yeah. Peyton Robinson a little curious as to why the travel calls are coming in. Coach Brittany Coke-Dowell is explaining to her why it is and came along the lines of dribble the basketball. 4-3 is our score. Lady Dogs on top by 1 here in the first quarter. 1:41 to go. Reese with the basketball. Looking to feed it inside to Stewart. Kicks it back out to Powell. Powell, top of the key, brings it to the near side, tries to bounce past it inside. It was a nice thought in there, and we're going to be tied up with another jump ball. They had Chapman slash into the basket.
It was a great back cut, but it just really wasn't there. It's one of those ones where you need to back it out and try to reset something else up.
So checking in the basketball game now is Ella Barber. She's coming in for Robinson. Nope, she's not coming in for Robinson, who came off. Talbert came off on the other side. Robinson back to running the point for the Lady Indians. So Robinson directing traffic. Swings it over to the far side to Barber. In the corner to Chaglogla. Back up top to Barber. Barber looks to Kelsey Plaster. Swings it to Gladney. Now in the corner to Robinson. Robinson. And her pass is deflected in there as they tried to feed it to Barber. Chapman comes up with some speed, knocks it out of bounds.
Elsberry's offense started out really good, but Louisiana's putting a little pressure on them, and their spacing is just, it's kind of gotten really bad so far. Towards the tail end of this first quarter, they need to keep spacing and take a few better shot selections.
And just like that, Robinson's pass.
And cut back on the turnovers.
Yeah. Robinson tried to pass it off to Gladney. Gladney tipped it, went out of bounds. So another turnover gives it back to Louisiana, who's leading by 1, 4-3 here in the first. Under a minute to go. Powell working the basketball. She backs up. She's basically on the BG that is now center court. Swings it to Reese. Reese looks inside. She's getting some pressure from Robinson, and now we've got a double dribble. Actually, she carried. She ran into Robinson. So Kelsey Plaster will inbound to Robinson. Robinson will take care of the basketball. She crosses that half-court line. Down to 37 ticks to go here in the first quarter. Robinson down low to Gladney. Gladney takes it off the glass. Shot's no good. Gets her own rebounds taken away from behind. Ball's up in the air. It's no good. Bounces bounced off the rim, and it was Emily Powell tying up Kelsey.
I think that's like the 4th or 5th jump ball we've had this quarter.
And the jump ball is in favor of Louisiana. So with 20 ticks to go here in the first, Pedersen brings it across the timeline, quickly gets it in the hands of Chapman. Chapman back up top to Pedersen. Pedersen resets the offense. Looks like Elsberry's gone straight man-to-man in this trip, and there's a steal by Gladney. Gladney has an open trip to the basket. Her shot's up. It's no good. Powell with the rebound with 3 seconds. She's going to throw a long one up, and it's going to get in the hands of Peyton Robinson. And it's no good, and that is how the first quarter ends. As we head to the second, Louisiana leads Elsberry 4-3 as you're listening to Bowling Green Invitational Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McCoy Blossom Funeral Home, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and the Ivins Insurance Agency.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Corey, I know the last time these two teams met over at the Clopton Invitational Tournament, it was a very low-scoring affair. I don't know that 4-3 is what I had in mind.
It's been a while since I've seen – actually, I don't know if I've ever seen this low of a scoring quarter in my life. But, you know, it was really sloppy. Louisiana 4 turnovers, and Elsberry was 7 just in the first quarter.
Well, Jenkins is going to inbound the ball to Maya Plaster. Plaster brings it across the timeline. She's working the top of the key. Louisiana still in their 1-2-2 zone defense. Over the far wing to Kelsey Plaster. Kelsey brings it back center court. Now gets it off to Jenkins. Jenkins takes it between the circles. Makes her way towards Louisiana's bench as it looks like they're trying to change up their offense a little bit. Swings it near side to Maya. Maya brings it to the wing. Looks inside, back to Kelsey, top of the key. Kelsey, middle of Louisiana's bench, back to Jenkins, back to Maya. They find Kelsey in the paint. Her shot's up, and it's good.
A lot better ball movement and a lot better spacing.
And that was exactly what Elsberry's looking for to get back on track here in the second, retaking the lead of 5-4. So we're just getting started in the second quarter. With it on this far side is Powell. Powell working around, looks for some help. She picked up her dribbles, finds Reese. Reese works it over to the far side, dishes it off to Pedersen, who's in the middle of Elsberry's bench, and we've got an illegal screen, and that's going to go against Elsberry. Or excuse me, go against Louisiana.
I think
it's Elsberry's ball is what I meant to say.
I think Bowser's going to pick up her first foul.
It's a Monday. We're going to go with that. If that helps at all or gives me any type of leeway, it's a Monday. Maya Plaster with the top of the key, brings it back near side to Kelsey. Kelsey dribbles around, standing in the O of home of the Bobcats, which is now on the court. Over the far side in front of Louisiana bench to Jenkins. Back to Maya, top of the key. Couple dribbles, finds Kelsey now as they switch positions. Kelsey's going to take it to the far side, dish it off down low. Now back out to Gladney, but it's knocked out of bounds first by Reese. Campbell returning to the ball game. She's got 2 fouls.
Yep, she's going to have to be smart not to pick another one up because she'll be setting the remainder of this quarter.
Yep. As Pedersen takes a little bit of a breather. Kelsey Plaster with the basketball, back up top to Jenkins. She takes it to the far wing. Finds Kelsey top of the key again, brings it back to Maya. Maya wants a 3, and it's just off the mark. And we're going to have one of those fouls that was referred to as over the back. As
Kelsey picked that one up.
Yep. So Campbell working the point now for the Lady Dogs. She hands it back off to Powell. Powell brings it to the near wing. Working against this zone defense. They try to hit Chapman slashing back door, and her shot's going to be blocked, and Maya Plaster will pick up the foul as Maya tried to block the shot.
That was actually a really good pick and roll action there by the Louisiana. I believe that was Chapman who set the screen, and I believe it was Powell who's actually dribbling the basketball, and Chapman set a screen for her, rolled off of it.
First free throw shot up and short while she gets set for the second. Let's take a moment for an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig.
Not a whole lot's changed. Silex leads this ball game 14-8. They led actually 16-8 now as Granicke puts in 2 more, and she's having a little trouble from inside 5 feet. In fact, Silex could lead this by double digits if they could have a little higher percentage on those high percentage shots. Layups have not been a strong suit so far, but Silex still leads this ball game by 8, 16-8 with 6:33 to go in the first half. This has been an Eagle 102 game break. Now back to Marianne and Corey.
Well, Elsberry got the basketball off the rebound of the missed a free throw, but when they were throwing it up the court, Emily Powell took it away, took it back to the other end, and Louisiana was failed to put points on the board. Both trips. Long 3 on the way from the Indians is up no good. Rebounds being tipped around, finally coming away with it is Kelsey Plaster. On the near wing, gets it up between the circles to Jenkins. Jenkins works it out, gets it to Maya over on the far side, right in the middle of Louisiana's bench. Down low to Robinson, who can't convert. She misses, and Jenkins chases it out of bounds. Possession will head back in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Pedersen and Stewart checking back in for Louisiana. Making her first appearance of the game is Jillian Reller for the Lady Indians. She's coming in for Gladney to give Gladney a little bit of a breather. Pedersen back in control of the basketball. Powell came out for the breather along with Chapman. Louisiana looked to be a little miscombobulated there as they were pass went directly out of bounds without anybody there to get it. So back in the hands of the Lady Indians. With it is Maya Plaster. She'll bring it across the timeline. Top of the key. Works around, backs up. 1-2-2 zone still in place from the Lady Bulldogs. They get to Kelsey. Kelsey dribbles off her foot, but Reese is going to pick up a foul. And Elsberry will have it under their own basket on the near side. Robinson will inbound it as the Lady Indians line up in a box, one in all 4 corners. Jenkins kind of kicks out a little bit. They find her behind the arc. Jenkins one dribble, dishes it off. Now with it is Kelsey. Kelsey wants a 3, and it's money.
She's got the green light, that's for sure.
Kelsey Plaster with another tray, and that extends that lead 8-4 here as we've got 4:48 to go in the first half. With the basketball is
Another
Reese.
moving screen going against Bowser. She's coming up and she's not getting set.
Well, so Powell and Chapman return to the basketball game. And that coming in for Reese and Bowser. Reller will inbound the basketball to Maya Plaster as they are joined on the court by Jenkins, Robinson, and Kelsey Plaster. Maya swings it over to Reller. Reller immediately pulls up and shot, and it's short. With the rebound, though, is Powell. Powell throws it up, ball's loose, and Reller's going to get it, but she's going to do a backcourt violation. It was a great try by the Lady Indians, but sometimes the ball just doesn't quite land in your favor. So Powell will now inbound to Pedersen. Pedersen will bring across the timeline. 8-4 is our score, 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Powell with the basketball, looking for some help.
She didn't get a 5-second call.
She
didn't get rid
there
of
she
it.
got it. She was looking for somebody to get the ball to, and unfortunately there was nobody open for the Lady Dogs. Lady Indians now have possession. We'll see if they can go down. I wouldn't mind seeing another tray if they want to knock one down.
And Powell actually missed Chapman on that pick and roll. She was open. I think it could have been a layup, but she just couldn't get the ball to her.
So Maya Plaster dishes it off to Kelsey. Kelsey drives up baseline, kicks it near side to Jenkins.
Middle.
And up with the shot is Reller, and it's net. Jillian Reller coming off the bench and adding 2 more and extends the lead by 6. It's the largest lead of the night for the Lady Indians. She had a beautiful shot there. It just rolled perfectly. So
Coach Branstead is going to take a timeout, kind of get his girls settled down and get them back into their game plan that they're trying to do.
And we'll take a timeout as well. With 3:50 to go here in the half, Elsberry leads Louisiana 10-4 as you're listening to Bowling Green Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, and Ann Lane Boutique.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
The most complete coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
3:50 to go here in the first half as Louisiana is going to inbound the basketball. Powell will get it into the backcourt to Pedersen as Pedersen will walk it across the timeline. Man-to-man defense from the Lady Indians, and Jenkins will immediately pick up a foul. She just shakes her head and says, yep, I got a little reach in there.
Just a hand check.
I was just making sure that we were still friends is all she was saying. Giving her a little pat on the back. So Pedersen's going to try it again. Jenkins giving her a little bit more space this time, but not much as they're dribbling around right there at the head of Elsberry's bench. And Pedersen,
maybe another.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get the 5-second call too, but she got the ball off to Powell. Powell, who's being defended by Reller, brings it to the near side, works it into the free throw line, and she's going to travel. So the pressure, you can tell, is already wreaking a little havoc with the Lady Bulldogs.
I like what Branstedter's calling. He's calling a 4 high there, and whenever you get the ball to the wing, he's actually wanting to set a back screen, but he's got all the defenders pulled up, so if they can get a back screen or a ball screen and get that roll action, they're going to have a wide open layup if Elsberry doesn't switch on these screens. So it's a really good play call.
Reller with it to Maya Plaster. She takes it to the charity stripe, kicks it out to Jenkins. And Jenkins tries to lead Maya Plaster, but just can't. Ball's just out of her reach. Another turnover will give it back to Louisiana. So Powell gets it in to Pedersen. Of course, no pressure in the backcourt. Hasn't been all game. Powell with it now on the near side. She gets it up top to Chapman. Swings it far wing to Pedersen. Pedersen finds Powell. Powell tries to create some space. And they're going to call a foul against Elsberry?
I believe it's going to go against Reller.
Well, I was moving the camera, so.
Yep. Jillian Reller picks up her first foul. It's kind of a odd scenario there.
Well, Chapman's going to inbound the basketball for Louisiana. Gets it into Powell over on the far wing. She's about in the middle of Elsberry's bench. Brings it near side to Reese. It's too hot to handle. Goes through her fingertips.
Yeah, she just took her eyes off the ball. She was looking at her teammate down under the basket. She just took her eyes off the ball, and it just slipped right through her hands.
So the Lady Indians looking to extend their lead as they lead this one 10-4 with 2:45 to go here in the half. Over the far wing to Maya Plaster to Robinson at the end of Louisiana's bench. She dribbles around, tries to get out of traffic, brings it near side to Maya. Maya wants a three, and she got it. The Plaster sisters are draining threes this evening. Extends that lead 13-4 with 2:25 to go here in the half. So Powell with it again for Louisiana. Louisiana needs a bucket. They haven't had one at all here in this second quarter. Pedersen. Bounce pass to Powell, and it rolls across her back. And Kelsey takes away the basketball. Plaster, that is, she brings it across the timeline herself, kicks it off to Robinson. Robinson takes over the far side, back to Kelsey, now top the key to Maya. Maya wants another three. Oh, she tried to bank one in, and it didn't work. With the rebound is Powell. Powell pushes it into the front court. Pulls up, dishes it off to Pedersen. Pedersen back to Powell. Powell kicks it to Reese. Reese works it around, takes it in the paint. Her shot's partially blocked with the loose basketball. Coming away with it is Elsberry. Elsberry's going to
double dribble.
As Maya was trying to pass it off, she got her hand on the ball, two hands on the ball. There's your double dribble. So another turnover for the Elsberry Lady Indians. 1:41 to go here in the half. We'll have your Sailor and Satellite Center halftime report. We'll also be checking in with Mark Froenick during the half to see how things are going over in his gym. So we'll stay tuned for that. So it looks like it's going to be Campbell inbounding the basketball to Pedersen. Pedersen brings it across the timeline, near side with it to Stewart, who's checked in the ball game. Stewart, for being 6 foot tall, standing back behind the arc. As she looks for the pass now, goes up. Shot's partially blocked. It's loose. And Chapman saves it. She's tied up underneath, and Gladney just takes it away, and they're going to call a foul on Gladney?
I believe that's what they're going to call.
Well, so note to anybody who's playing in this gym the rest of the evening, calling things a little tight.
Kind of looks like she just grabbed the ball and took it away from her. But
must have had some type of contact that we couldn't see, was all I'll say. Chapman throws it up to Stewart. Ball's tipped around a couple different times. Pedersen comes away with it. Pedersen swings it over the far side. And I tell you what, Maya Plaster got in there, used her speed, and knocked the ball out of bounds. So Louisiana will now inbound it at the head of Elsberry's bench between that and the scorer's table. So
Coach Brandstetter telling those girls to make a little bit smarter passes.
Pedersen works it around with the left hand, kicks it out to Campbell. And they hit the ball, and the ball hits Coach Garrett Dow, and she's considered out of bounds. So Campbell back into Pedersen again. Let's do it again with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Reese gets it inside to
Good
Campbell.
driving cut.
Campbell's shot just rims in and out. No good. With the rebound is Jenkins. Pulls it down. Now she'll push it across the front court into the front court herself over to the far side. They try to feed it down low to Gladney, and it's saved in bounds.
And I believe that's going to be number 3 on Ty Campbell.
No, they called it on Emily Powell, who's not even on the bench.
Wait a minute, they called who?
They called it on Emily Powell, but she's not. She's on the bench.
Well, if you're Louisiana, you don't want to say nothing.
Yet now Emily Powell's going to check in. I'm not sure who they meant to call it on. And I don't understand this either. They've got a 1-and-1. Why is she not coming in unless she's coming in for Ty Campbell, which I didn't see whether she did. I'm guessing that's what she's doing. She's coming in for Ty. Ty's first free throw shot's up and off the mark. With the rebound is Kelsey Plaster. Kelsey throws a long pass up to Peyton Robinson, whose back was to her. She wasn't looking for the basketball.
Turnovers are really piling up.
46 ticks to go here in the half. Again, Elsberry leads Louisiana 13-4. So Pedersen again will bring it across the timeline. Take it top of the key, swings it over to Powell. When she stops, that ball goes kind of high, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So Powell with it, and top of the key to Reese. Now swings it near side to Pedersen, and Jenkins is going to pick up her second foul as she was trying to swat the ball away but made contact with Pedersen. So I have a feeling she'll come out and have a seat.
And it's going to be another 1-on-1. If you're Elsberry, you don't want to commit those fouls, especially here towards, the end of the half. You've built a 9-point lead here. Points have been hard to come by, so you don't want to give them any free chances.
So Jordan Pedersen steps at the charity stripe, dribbles a couple times, shot up on the way, and it's good. So Louisiana breaks their drought here in the second quarter, makes it 13-5. We'll see if she can drain that second one. as she gets set, dribbles the basketball. Shot up on the way. It rims in and out, no good. Robinson with the rebound. She's going to trip over Braylon Stewart, and they're going to call a foul on Stewart. So that's her first, team sixth. So Reller controlling the ball for the Lady Indians. Now she brings it into the front court. Needs some help. Looks and finds Gladney. From the block extended, goes cross court to Robinson. Robinson shots up and good. It's a 10-point lead for Elsberry as we're down to under 15 seconds to go here in the half. Reese with the basketball for the Lady Dogs. Gets it off to Powell. Powell down to the block. Needs some help. Back out to Reese. Reese going to have to
get a
move.
shot up. Got to get a shot up.
And
Oh, left-handed. Oh, my God.
Good, and they count it at the buzzer. Jayla Reese drops 2 points up for the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, and that's going to take us to half as Elsberry leads Louisiana.
What a floater.
15-7. Your Cellular Satellite Center halftime reports next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, we can't call it a barn burner by any means, Corey, but at the end of the first quarter, Louisiana actually led Elsberry 4-3, but then Elsberry came out, kind of found their groove in the second quarter, and right now lead Louisiana 15-7.
Yep, you're exactly right. And that first quarter, Elsberry started out with a pretty good offensive look, but then by the end of that first quarter, I mean, they were all just kind of bunched together, wasn't enough spacing, and it looks like after the first quarter, they talked about that and they got that figured out, and they were able to actually on the ball reversals, and it doesn't happen quite this easy, but just on a couple ball reversals, they had a couple of their good shooters, the Plaster girls. They were able to get wide open looks at the top of the key and knock down a couple three-pointers, and that was really a big charge in that second quarter to get them a lead.
All right, do you have some scoring figures for us?
I do.
Okay.
So we'll start with Louisiana. We got Jordan Peterson with 1. We have Reagan Bowser with 1. Jayla Rise with 2. And Emily Powell with 3. And then over on the Elsberry side, we got Peyton Robinson with 2. Jillian Reller with 2. And she's got actually a really good-looking jump shot. She came out firing as soon as she got onto the court. And then we got Mackenzie Gladney with 3. Maya Plaster with 3. And then Kelsey Plaster with 5.
All right, so that's a quick look at your scoring. Let's take an Eagle 102 game break and check in with Mark Froenig.
Well, we'll just take this one to the half. There's 13 seconds left. 24-17, Silex leads as Winfield made a run. They've got the ball right now in the waning seconds of quarter number 2. With it is Elena Parr. Parr kicks it back. They'll get the 3 at the buzzer, and it is a little bit long by Rensley Davidson, who leads the scoring for Winfield with 10 first half points, including 5 from the free throw line. A lot of free throws in the first half. That's how we went from starting about 2 minutes before the high school gym to finishing behind here after 2 quarters of play. But pretty tight ball game now, 24-17. They had it down to as many as 3 points, the gap for Winfield, as Silex just still struggling to shoot layups in this one. and they've given up a lot of put a lot of points on the board through the first 2 quarters of this ball game. They're going to have to fix that as we head into the second half, or Winfield might pull the upset here in the middle school gym. 2 quarters in the books here in the middle school gym. 24-17, Silex leading Winfield in this 3-6 matchup. And let's send it back to the high school gym. This has been an Eagle 102 game break.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. We'll check back in with you again here very quickly. Let's take a quick break on the Sailor Satellite Center halftime report. We'll come back. We'll talk about games still taking place this evening and set up tomorrow night's action for you as you're listening to the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Remax Realty Shop Alicia Koenig, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes to the Philadelphian favorite water ice, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. PJ Salon in the Raintree Mall in Louisiana is your full-service salon, offering manicures, pedicures, tanning, and much more. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market, Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
We've got just under 4 minutes to go here in the half and games tonight. Of course, right now you're listening to the Elsberry, Louisiana matchup. That's a 1-8 matchup. Mark's giving us updates on the 3-6 matchup between Silex and Winfield. Now, Corey, the fun note would be is Silex upset Winfield at the opening round of the Clopton Invitational Tournament. Would it be shocking or fun now if Winfield upset Silex here? I mean, it got a little payback coming. Yeah, it could happen. Our 7 o'clock matchups tonight here in the high school gym. Number 2 Clopton will take on number 7 Bowling Green, and in the middle school gym, number 4 Van Far will face number 5 North Callaway. Let's take our final break here on the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report. We'll check in with Mark Froelich again one more time before we start the second half. Right now, Elsberry leads Louisiana 15-7 as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by West End Financial Services, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and True Manufacturing.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
If it's time to ride or time to work, it's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. There isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than those at Hayden's. If you need help at work or at play, let Hayden's Motorsports Center be your one-stop shop for the most fun and hard-working power sports equipment in the area. They're always ready to help. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
At Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair in Vandalia, they say it's better to prevent a breakdown than having to pay for one. Preventative maintenance is key, but if your machinery should break down, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair is there to serve you in the shop, on the farm, or roadside. See Craig's for semi-truck and trailer repair, oil changes, overhauls, and much more. farm planting season to harvest season and beyond, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair can help keep all your equipment and big rigs rolling. Call in or stop in today. Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair, Highway 54 east of Vandalia.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
We've got about a minute to go, and before we get started, let's take another Eagle 102 game break with Mark Furnick, and he can give us some halftime stats.
Sure will. I mentioned Rensley Davidson with 11 points. She's by far the leading scorer for Winfield. 3 points for Lily Boschert, 2 points for Madison Kirkmeyer, and 1 for Kaylee Gillespie. 7 of 10 shooting free throws are the Winfield Lady Warriors through the first 2 quarters. Not as good from the line for Silex, who's just struggled to score from anywhere tonight. 6 of 15 shooting free throws in the first half, but they do have the 24-17 lead through 2. They've got 7 points from Abigail Mooney, 6 each for Sarah Gradicke and Rita Thurman, 3 points for Maddie Isom, and 2 for Tori Mudd. Silex going to have to clean that shooting percentage up a little bit to continue to lead this ball game and avoid that opening round upset that you guys were talking about. They lead it through 2 quarters over Winfield, 24-17. About 3 minutes to go before we start the second half of this ball game. This has been an Eagle 102 game break. Now back to Marianne and Corey.
All right, well, we are ready for third quarter action here in this gym as Elsberry leads Louisiana by the score of 15-7. Louisiana has the ball to start the second half. Looks like same starters are back out there as Powell has it, dishes it off to Bowser. Bowser has to get it right back to Powell after a little flubble there. However, Elsberry seems to be staying into that man-to-man defense that they picked up in the second quarter. Campbell looks on the arc. She takes it in the paint, loses a handle on the ball, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Dogs. Lady Indians will have their first possession here of the second half. From one blaster to another, Kelsey gets it to Maya. Maya brings it across the timeline. Over in the near corner with it is Kelsey, back up top to Jenkins, now to Maya over the far wing. Kelsey, top of the key, about has her pocket picked, able to keep a hold of the dribble, now throws it back just a little bit. Maya's able to bring it back down in the corner, get it down low.
That's a great post up by Gladney.
Shots up and good. Mackenzie Gladney adds 2 more for the Lady Indians, back to a 10-point lead. Elsberry had that in the second quarter as they now give a little token full court pressure, and Robinson gets a steal. Pulls up, tries to avoid that that travel violation, and they get it in the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins works around. She's in a little bit of trouble, and she says she did the little shuffle and got the turnover.
Just got to go off one, land on 2. I know both coaches in both locker rooms were talking about the amount of turnovers that both of these teams had.
So 1-2-2 type of zone defense from Elsberry here in the front court. Louisiana breaks the pressure and now gets it over to the far wing to Bowser.
They got pretty lucky that Bowser was able to get her hands on that.
Yep.
I thought that was a for sure turnover.
Powell works it around, dishes it out to Chapman. Chapman over on the near corner. Brings it back up top to Campbell, who swings it far side to Pedersen. Pedersen in the middle of her own bench. Now back up top to Powell. Powell to Campbell. Campbell on the near wing. Dribbles it to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Bowser. Bowser back near side with it to Chapman now. Down to Campbell. Campbell in the short block. Takes in the paint. Kicks it back out. Gladney with the steal. Mackenzie Gladney going in for the layup. Misses a second one. I believe she had one in the first half where it did kind of the exact same thing. And those are ones that you kind of kick yourself afterwards. You had the nice open shot and cut it just a little short, bounces off the rim, but she's going to make up for it, I'm sure, in the next play. 6:07 to go here in the third quarter. Lady Indians on top of the Dogs, 17-7. Peyton Robinson with a long three-point shot. It's no good. Gladney with the rebound, no good. Now they chase down loose basketball. Jenkins comes away with it. Jenkins moves it around, brings it back up to the top of the key, between the circles. She works, brings it near side to Kelsey Plaster. Looks inside, nothing there, dishes it off to Robinson. Now to Maya. Maya, I thought she was going to go for another 3, and Reagan Bowser is picking up, I believe, that third foul.
Yep, that's number 3. I just don't know how Robinson was able to get such a wide open look off an inbounds pass. It looked like everybody on the Louisiana defensive side was just down, hanging out by the baseline. You got to know where your man's at. even if you're in a zone, you still have to have somebody. Looks like they're moved into like it's just going to be an extended 3-2 zone. Louisiana is right now.
Robinson gets it down low again. Her shot's blocked by Stewart, who's come into the basketball game. She came in for Bowser as Campbell brings it over the timeline. Works it around, gives it to Powell. Powell on the wing. She's being guarded by Kelsey. Dribbles in, tries to penetrate, kicks it out to Chapman. Chapman eyes the three. She can't seem to get on track with that this evening. Ball's loose, comes down in the hands, gets it in the hands of Elsberry. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins takes over the far side to Robinson. Robinson shots up, it's no good. Gladney there for the putback. It's a 12-point lead, a 19-7, 5:10 to go here in the third. 2-2-1 zone defense from Elsberry here in the full court, and we're going to take a timeout. Coach Branstad says he wants to talk to his Lady Bulldogs, and we'll hear from some of our sponsors. It's a 60-second timeout as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Young Enterprises Incorporated, B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting, and Billy Collins Construction.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Brown's Smokehouse Meats invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center, Veolia Landscape Supply, and A Taste of Philly.
We're getting ready to get started as Louisiana inbounds to Pedersen. Pedersen back to Chapman, back to Pedersen, back to Powell. Working around, Powell's going to take it, try to get it midcourt, and I tell you what, Gladney really working hard there, about got another steal as they finally break the pressure, get in the front court. Stewart has it, and she's going to travel. And really on the far side, Chapman was open if she could have gotten a little lob down low on the block to her. So
just a lot of mental mistakes right now for the Louisiana girls team.
Maya Plaster brings the ball up the court. Swings it near side to Kelsey. Kelsey working against Pedersen. Couple dribbles back to Maya. Maya finds down low to Gladney. Gladney tries to push it out. Ball's knocked away. Kelsey saves it. And now back out top to Jenkins. Jenkins standing near the BG. Swings over the far side to Maya. Maya looks for the screen. Excuse me, that was Kelsey. Now to Maya. Now near side with it to Jenkins. Jenkins down low to Robinson. Robinson tries to move around and throws the ball away. She dives on the court for it, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Looks like it's going to stay with the Indians.
We haven't had one of those in a little while.
No, what we have, like 4 or 5 in the first quarter?
4:16 to go here in the third. 19-7 is our score. Elsberry leads Louisiana in this opening round matchup. Robinson to inbound the ball. Gets it right into Maya.
Just wide open.
Maya shots up. Oh, it's no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Elsberry. So back to Louisiana we head.
Louisiana's just fortunate that the Lady Indians haven't been able to knock down some of these shots on them inbounds plays. I mean, they're wide open, too.
So Powell with the basketball to Campbell. Campbell back to Powell. Powell dribbles up over to Pedersen. Pedersen back to Powell. Powell crosses that timeline, brings it down on the near side. Out to Campbell. Campbell dribbles the ball around, swings it to Pedersen. Pedersen over the far side to Reese, who's checked in. Jayla Reese comes off the bench looking for some helping out with her and Stewart. Stewart looks again. She needs to dribble the basketball. There you go. Works it around in the paint. Goes up, and she's going to draw a foul.
I believe they're going to get Kelsey on that one.
Yep. Kelsey Plaster's who they're going to get with that one.
That's only number 1 for her.
Yep, and you are right. Braylon Stewart at the free throw line. Free throw shot up, off the mark. She'll get a second. 3:42 to go here in the third. Again, Elsberry has the lead 19-7 in this matchup. Remember, we've got Clopton and Bowling Green up next. Stewart's second free throw shot on the way, and this one's good. 13-8 is our scores. Jenkins works the basketball into the front court, dishes it off to Maya. Maya in the near corner to Kelsey, down low to Robinson. Robinson working around Stewart. They come out and kind of double team her. move the ball around. They find Gladney on the other side. Gladney in some trouble, back out top to Maya. Maya to Kelsey. Kelsey wants another three, and she gets it.
That was great ball movement.
The Lady Indians, yeah, they really moved the ball well around the arc.
Nope, that pass isn't going to work.
Yep, and Louisiana throws the ball away as I was getting ready to comment again on Elsberry's ball movement, and now they have control again, so we'll get to see that as Kelsey has it, brings it near side on the wing to Jenkins. Jenkins looks inside, nothing there. Now back up to Maya. Maya swings it to Kelsey. Kelsey wants another three, and it's money. She's got the hot hand tonight for sure. Kelsey Plaster with it. Makes it 25-8 for the Lady Indians.
Yeah, get somebody to the middle. There we go. She's flashing.
So with it is Powell. Powell's working around, trying to get into the front court. She finally pushes her way past the defense. A little double team there, but she's able to get to Pedersen to Stewart. Swings it now to Campbell. Campbell wants a three, and it's good. So Ty Campbell says, not so fast, Lady Indians. 25-11 is our score. So Maya's going to bring it across the timeline again. Swings over the far side to sister Kelsey. Down low to Gladney. Gladney skips it cross side to Maya. Maya says she wants a three, but it's a little short, so we're going to say that was a pass just to Gladney, who was over on the far block. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds for the Lady Indians. Back to Louisiana. Bowser and Chapman return to the ball game. Looks like Reller's coming in as Stewart and Campbell take a seat, and Jenkins gets a breather. Elsberry seems to like the way the 2-2-1 is working against the Lady Dogs. They're going to stick with that. As Powell has the basketball, brings it across to Jordan. To Pedersen. They finally get in the front court to Bowser. Bowser back to Powell. Powell breaks through the defense. Needs some help, gets it to Pedersen. Pedersen over the far wing to Reese. Reese looks in for Powell. Powell in the paint. Her shot's up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. And Louisiana trying to push their way back into this basketball game as Emily Powell will head to the charity stripe with 1:46 to go here in the third. While she's shooting free throws, let's take another Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig.
Well, thank you very much. Here in the middle school gym, it's the Silex Lady Owls up by 6, 29-23. Winfield had it within 3 again here in the third quarter before Silex strung together a couple of baskets. So right now it's a 6-point game with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Maddie Hall with all the points so far in the third quarter for Silex. She has scored 5 in this quarter. So that's where we're at. 6-point game. Winfield with the ball. And now a steal by Silex, and we'll send it back to Marianne and Corey.
All right, well, Powell's free throw shot was no good. Elsberry got the rebound, took it down to their own basket. However, they were able to convert on that one. Ball goes out of bounds, I believe. And no, Bowser picks up her 4th foul on the possession, and now Elsberry has basketball again. So Robinson with it on the wing. She works through the defense. Her shot's up. It's no good. And while Chapman tried to draw a charge, she's just got a foul, and it's going to send Peyton Robinson, I believe, to the free throw line. So Robinson will get 2 shots. 1:22 to go here in the third. Elsberry leads Louisiana 25-13. Robinson's first free throw shot is up and good. She'll get the second. So Robinson stands as Jenkins and Reller head to the backcourt. Shot up, and it's also good. 27-13 our score. Now Elsberry back into half-court defense. That's much what they did in the first half. Pedersen comes across the timeline. So Pedersen dishes it off to Powell. Powell back to Pedersen over on the far side to Campbell. Campbell in a double team, needs some help. Gets it back up to Powell. Powell works against Jenkins, put the ball on the court at the free throw line, kicks out to Reese. Reese is going to drive that baseline. She's going to draw a foul.
I think they're going to get Abby Jenkins on the hand check.
That should be, her third, I believe. And Louisiana will have it under their own basket. Reese will inbound. She'll look to get it right into Powell. Powell on the near side, dribbles up top, swings it to Pedersen. Pedersen looks right back to Powell. Powell takes it in, finds Chapman, ball's loose. Pedersen gets away from it, and now over on the far side, Campbell has it. Back to Powell, brings it near side. In the corner on the near side is Reese, kind of looking around the horn. Powell saw Campbell head to the block. She was open, but she couldn't risk the pass amongst the Elsberry arms that were there. So back out to Pedersen, over to Campbell. Her ball stolen in there by Robinson. Robinson's going to go all the way down. Her shot's up and good. So Elsberry stretching their lead out, 29-13 with 17 ticks to go here in the third. Pedersen gets it to Powell. Powell swings it to Reese, down low to Chapman, and Robinson gets another steal. Robinson across the timeline, picked up her dribble, now over to Jenkins. Jenkins over the far side to Kelsey. And are we gonna say it's good? We're waiting for the official word.
I don't know.
I think that they're going to have to confer. I guess they're going to say no, no good. And that is how the third quarter ends. We've got the fourth coming up for you next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Trophy Properties and Auction, Joe Ogden Agent, Louisiana Flowers and Gifts, and LaCrosse Lumber in Louisiana.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynnsheritage.com.
Hello, my name is Lisa Blossom Payne. My family owns and operates McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory. We have 3 locations to serve you: Bowling Green, Troy, and Hawk Point. We provide both traditional funerals and cremation services. In addition, we also offer pre-arrangement options that freeze the cost. If you would like further information, please contact McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory at 573-213-5110.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, as we start the fourth, Corey and I are both discussing whether Kelsey Plaster's 3-ball was good there at the end of the quarter. We both thought it was, but the officials held up their hand and I guess decided they weren't going to award it. So we ended the quarter with the score 29-13. We're in the final quarter here. Elsberry has the lead. Campbell with it over on the far wing, finds Powell in the paint. And we've got a massive collision. Everybody's getting up. Everybody seems to be okay. Ball's going to stay with Louisiana.
Yeah, it looked like Peyton Robinson ran over her teammate, Mackenzie Gladney, here trying to get a steal.
Yeah. Looks like Bowser's going to inbound to Powell. As Powell brings it into the front court, swings it right back to Bowser in the near corner to Reese. Reese back up to Bowser again on the wing. She skips it far side to Campbell. Campbell thought about doing the same thing. Now in a little bit of trouble. She picked up her dribble and needs to find it, and is taken away on the pass by Robinson. Robinson gets it in the hands of Maya. Maya bringing it across the timeline, swings it far side to Jenkins. Jenkins in between the circles. Dribbles, swings over far side to Maya. Maya works it back to Reller. Reller back now to Jenkins. Jenkins saw the 3, dishes it off to Robinson. Back up top to Maya. She's in the paint, kicks out to Reller. Reller wants another shot. It's up, it's no good. Ball's loose, going to go out of bounds. Say last touch by the Bulldogs, so it will stay with Elsberry under their own basket.
I mean, the ball movement is just so much better this whole second half, really, by the Elsberry Indians.
So Maya will inbound, gets it right. Oh, I thought they were going to get it right into Gladney, but instead they get to Robinson, who tries to bank in a 3. Shots up, it's no good, and we're going to have a tie-up.
And it's going to stay here.
It will stay with the Lady Indians on the alternating arrow. So
there's been so many jump balls. They didn't have the arrows lit up, I would have no idea whose possession it's supposed to be.
Jenkins wants a 3. It's short. Chasing down the loose basketball was Jayla Reese and Maya Plaster. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went out of bounds. Why Reese had a hold of it. So again, it'll stay with the Indians. 29-13 is our score. 6:49 to go here in this basketball game. So Maya inbounds it to Gladney, right back up to Reller. Reller looks right back to, I believe that was Plaster again, and she drains another 3.
That's going to be Maya's. It's going to be her second 3 of the night. I think she's chasing her sister.
Is that what they're doing? Maybe they have a contest going.
They may.
I mean, if they want to let us know in on that, we can help out with a little bit more dramatic for each one of them if that's what they want to play there. But anyway, the score is up to 32-13. Over on the far wing, Bowser has the ball for Lady Dogs.
Great back cut. Oh,
she did it. And I tell you what, really, Jayla
pass.
Reese did a nice kind of acrobat at there to stay in bounds. Problem is when she threw it back to save it, it went right in the hands of Elsberry. So with it is Robinson. Robinson back to Plaster, swings over the far side to Reller. Reller wants a 3-2. She's like, I want to play. And Maya saves it right back to Reller to Jenkins. To Robinson. Robinson, she looks for the 3. Her shot's no good. Maya with the rebound. Kicks it to Reller. Reller's going to dribble out of some trouble. Going to reset the offense for the Lady Indians. Back near side to Maya. Maya to Peyton. Over the far side to Reller. Reller dribbles around on the block. Her shot's up. It's partially blocked. Comes down the hands of Powell. Powell looks to push the ball for the Lady Dogs. Crossover dribble, brings it into the front court. She's guarded by Gladney. Dishes it off to Campbell. Campbell back to Powell. Powell continues to keep her dribble. Finds Stewart. Stewart in some trouble. She kicks out to Bowser over from the block extended on the far side. Right back to Stewart, but it passes a little errant there, and Mackenzie Gladney comes in, gets another steal on the night.
Great pass. Great block.
And it's out of bounds. 32-13 is our score. Elsberry leads this one. 5:06 to go here in the ball game.
Looks like we're going to get some subs here for Elsberry.
All right. So first of all.
I'll let you do that job there.
Why you got to do that? So Kelsey Plaster comes back in along with Ella Barber. We've got Katie Talbot. Poor Kelsey Chaloga. And I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong, and I'm so sorry. I will have that figured out before the next game, I promise. Jillian Reller in there. Talbot has it down low on the block. Gets it out near side to Barber. Back up top to Reller. Reller swings it around to Kelsey Plaster. So Reller in between the circles. She tries to pass off. Ball's taken away, and finally Bowser comes away with it, and Reller will pick up the foul, I believe.
It's going to be her second one of the night.
So it looks like it'll be Powell inbounding the ball between Louisiana's bench and the scores table to Pedersen. Pedersen will walk it across, dish it off to Powell. Powell right back to Pedersen. She skips over in the far corner to Bowser. Bowser to Powell. Powell takes it in, and they're going to call a foul. It'll be the 5th team foul for Elsberry, and that's going to go against Reller, which will be her 3rd. So Louisiana will try it again. As Bowser steps out to inbound the ball. They get right into Powell. Powell moves around, takes in the paint, kicks it out to Bowser. Bowser looks, and they're going to call another foul. And it's going to send Bowser, I believe, to the free throw. Nope, after this one, sorry. It's only the 6th. So Bowser steps out of bounds again. They get it into Powell. Powell to Bowser. Bowser pulls up for the 3. It's no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Elsberry. So Louisiana will keep it in there half the court. 4:25 to go here in the ball game. Elsberry leads Louisiana 32-13. Powell inbounds it to Pedersen. Pedersen takes it between the circles right back to Powell on the near wing. She skips it far side to Chapman. Little pitch and catch between the 3 of them. They find Campbell in the low block. Inside to Bowser. And they have some nice ball movement themselves going on around. As Powell about has her pocket pick. Now brings it back to Campbell. Campbell in the near corner. They find inside to Bowser, and Bowser will be fouled. She's headed to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. So Reagan Bowser steps her to the charity stripe. See if she can get some points on the board here while the clock is stopped. 32-13 is our score. 4:04 to go here in the ball game. Elsberry looking to hold on to advance to the championship side of the bracket. Louisiana trying to get the come from behind win as the first free throw shot's up, and it's no good. With the rebound is Elsberry. They get it into the hands of Talbot. Talbot going to bring it across the timeline. Works it around. Now to Reller. Reller over the far side to Kelsey Plaster. Plaster back to Talbot. Talbot to Reller. Reller takes it down to the block, trying to lob it down low, and it's taken away by Powell. And Reller's going to pick up another foul, I believe.
That's going to be number 4 on her if it is. Yep.
It is, and it was called by the official not closest to her. So Emily Powell's headed to the free throw line. Peyton Robinson's going to sub back in. She's coming in for Kelsey Plaster. Maya looks like she's going to return to the ball game. She's coming in for Reller. Emily Powell at the free throw line. 3:42 to go here in the ball game. First free throw shot is up and off the mark. Chasing down the loose basketball is Campbell. Campbell kicks it back out to Powell. Lady Dogs retain possession with it as Chapman has over on the far wing. They find Bowser down low on the block. She's going to get tied up, and they're going to call a jump ball. So, looks like Bowser will inbound the basketball along the baseline on the far side. They get it right into Powell. Powell takes it into the paint. Her shot's partially blocked, gets the ball loose again, and now they're going to call a travel. Bowling Green band looking to make their way into the gym. Will be set up as the Clopton Lady Hawks, the number 2 seed, will take on number 7 Bowling Green in the next matchup. Full court pressure now from Louisiana as Robinson gets the basketball. She's not quite to the half court line. Dishes it off, gets it to Maya. Maya comes across the way. She'll be fouled. I believe that's on Bowser, and if so, is that 10 or 5 for her?
I think that was on Ty.
Oh, they did put it on Ty. So Maya looks to inbound the basketball, gets it into Robinson. Robinson on the far side, dishes it off to Maya.
Great
down
pass.
low to Barber. Barber shot's no good with the putback. It's no good. Powell saves it from going out of bounds, and it's in the hands of Elsberry. Talbot with it. Talbot working around. She goes down low and it's taken away. Ball's loose, and Elsberry still gets possession. It tips around a couple different times. Now Bowser hits it as it goes out of bounds, so the possession's going to stay with Elsberry with 2:57 to go here in this ball game. So Reese returns the ball game along with Stewart for Louisiana as Powell and Chapman get a little break. Robinson, she eyes another 3. Her shot's up and good this time. Makes it 35-13 here as Elsberry has the lead with 2:48 to go here in the ball game. Over the far side to Reese. Reese back up top to Pedersen. Swinging around the horn, we go to Campbell. Campbell wants a 3 and she gets it.
It's her second 3, I believe, of this quarter.
35-16 is our score. Elsberry still on top. With the basketball is Talbot. Talbot between the circles, back to Robinson. Robinson looks, dribbles the basketball, needs some help. Finds Maya in the paint. She dribbles out of trouble. Now to Talbot again. Back to Robinson. She stops, pops for another shot. It's up, no good. With the rebound is Reese. Reese over on the far side gets a hold of the basketball. She'll bring it into the front court. So with the basketball over on the far side is Reese. Reese right in the middle of Elsberry's bench, takes it down, heads to the hole, shots up. It's no good. She's headed to the free throw line, and while she's there, let's take another Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig.
Well, we're about 5:34 remaining in the fourth quarter of this ball game, and Silex has opened up a 10-point lead for the first time. Their first double-digit lead of the game is actually up to 11 at one point before a crazy bouncing 3 went down for Winfield. So that's where we stand right now. 43-33, a big second half for Maddie Hall. She's into double figures, now actually tied for the team lead in points with 11 with Abigail Mooney. So Silex starting to stretch things out, but the fouls starting to pile up for both sides as Winfield already in the bonus and shooting free throws after a timeout. 10-point lead for the Lady Owls, and we'll send it back to the high school gym. This has been an Eagle 102 game break.
Well, Jayla Reese makes both her free throws and makes it to 35-18 with 1:53 to go here in this ball game. Everybody in the backcourt. They get it to Gladney, who subbed into this basketball game. Then Gladney came in, and I think Jenkins returned as well. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by by Louisiana, so it stays with Elsberry. So they get it in. Elsberry works the basketball. They get to Talbot and throw it into the front court, and now there's loose basketball, and it looks like Abby Jenkins is going to pick up the foul, and she's like, I was just going for the ball, guys.
All 4 of her fouls have been hand checks.
Yep.
Just little tic-tac fouls.
So it's going to send Reese back to the charity stripe with 1:44 to go. She made her last 2. We'll see if she can get the Lady Dogs a little closer in this matchup.
I'm getting heckled by fans here in the stands.
You know, it's people like Wesley Charlton who just wishes he was like us, cool like us. First free throw shot's up and no good. I'm assuming that's who heckling you, right? Because he's right down in front of us.
Well, it may have been Wesley's better half.
Well, okay. Well, we're not saying anything mean about Tracy. We'll just talk about Wes. Reese's second free throw shot on the way. Off the back of the rim, it's no good. With the rebound is Jenkins, and all of a sudden Jenkins gets a little push from behind. And that'll be on Bowser.
And that's going to be number 5 for Reagan.
So Chapman will return to the ball game for her. It's only the 15th foul for Louisiana. So Elsberry not shooting yet as they will inbound. It looks like Maya's going to inbound from the middle of Louisiana's bench. They want to do a long pass into the front, and instead they're going to go right across the other side because the way Louisiana had them defended, they couldn't do the shot or do the long baseball pass. So now Louisiana will inbound between their own basket or their own bench and the scorer's table as Pedersen has the ball right back to Reese. Reese back to Powell. Powell finds Stewart at the elbow. Stewart skips it over the far side to Reese. Reese works it in. Needs some help. Back out to Pedersen, but it's taken away by Gladney. Gladney to Maya. Maya over back to Jenkins. Jenkins works it around over the far side. With it is Gladney. Gladney back out to Talbert. Talbert works it around. Down low to Maya. Maya shots up. It's no good. Ball's loose, and now we're going to have a tie-up. 1:04 to go here in this ball game. We're waiting for Talbert to tie her shoe. I was like, nobody's moving on the court. So now Elsberry will inbound it under their own basket on the far side. They get it right into Maya. Maya works it around, brings it to the elbow, dishes it off to Jenkins. Jenkins went far side to Talbert. Talbert tied up in the short corner, and another jump ball.
This one's going to go Louisiana's way.
56.9 ticks to go here in the ball game. As Pedersen will bring it across the half-court line for the Lady Dogs. Dishes it off to Reese, and it's taken away by Gladney. Gladney's had several steals tonight.
Yeah, between her and Robinson, I bet they've had almost 10.
So Gladney's going to take a breather with the last 49 ticks. As Reller checked back in the ball game. Powell to Pedersen. Around the horn we go over to the far side now with it to Reese. Back to Powell. Working in between now. The Pedersen looks, nothing there. Dribbles and tries to feed it off to Chapman. It rolls off her fingertips out of bounds. So back to Elsberry we go. Looks like Elsberry's going to hold on to win this one as Louisiana put up a tough fight, just had shots that wouldn't sink for them. Some turnovers got them in a little bit of trouble. As Maya Plaster has the ball again, works it between the circles. Dribbles around, brings it back near side to Jenkins. Jenkins in the near corner, dishes it off. Louisiana comes, puts a trap in, and ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Louisiana with 15 ticks to go here in the ball game. We'll have your post-game show for you coming up. And while we're in the post-game, we'll definitely take a look at what's going on with Mark Fronick over in the other gym. In fact, as Reller works the basketball over the far side to Jenkins. Jenkins down low in some trouble. We're down to 6 seconds. Plaster comes away with it. That's Maya down to 2.
Are they going to go for a shot? Yes, they are.
Talbot goes up for the shot, but it's no good. Elsberry gets the win, 35-18. I tell you what, let's send it back over to Mark Fronick so he can finish out his game as well.
Well, we've got a lot of game left here. It's 48-36 Silex. There is a timeout on the floor right now. 3:37 to play here in the fourth quarter. Big second half, like I mentioned, for Maddie Hall. She's got all 11 of her points here after halftime. 11 points for Abigail Mooney, 10 now for Sarah Gradicke. And when the timeout ends, Tori Mudd will have one more shot at a free throw where she's hit 50% tonight, 2 of 4 for 2 points. So she missed the first, then the timeout was taken. So if history serves, she should hit this second one, but probably just jinxed her on that. 48-36, yeah, rimmed out, and the rebound picked up by Madison Kirkmeyer for Winfield. Here come the Lady Warriors across the time stripe. with speed. It's Rensley Davidson with it. Kicks it back up for Madison Kirkmeyer to the near side for Lily Boschert. Boschert surveys the scene for Winfield. Hands it off now for Chloe Turnbull, and it's taken away by Silex. On the run, here's Rita Thurman to the basket, coast to coast and in to make it 50-36. Rita Thurman into double figures with 11 points now. 14-point Silex lead, down to 3:04 to go. Wild shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Tori Mudd. She's trapped in the backcourt, and she's going to be fouled. And it's going to go back the other way for a 1-and-1 opportunity for Tori Mudd. 50-36, 2:58 to play here in the fourth quarter. More substitutions as Coach Austin Godfrey has been working his bench tonight. A lot of moves in and out, and it's been pretty good here until the fourth quarter when Silex has finally raised that shooting percentage. First shot, that one misses. Rebound fought for, a tie-up, and the arrow will favor the Lady Owls with 2:56 to play here in quarter number 4 here in this opening round matchup for the 97th Bowling Green Invitational. Shot off the inbound, goes over everything for Abigail Mooney, but Silex keeps possession. Here's Mudd with it to the near side for Mooney. Abigail hands it off for Tori Mudd. Mudd cross court for Carly Ellis. Ellis shot from inside 3 is no good, and the rebound picked up by Rensley Davidson, and she's fouled by Abigail Mooney, and will shoot 2 free throws on the other end of the floor. 50-36, our score, as this game has just not had real great flow back and forth. A lot of whistles, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of tie-ups. I think that's what's kept the Lady Warriors in this ball game. That and a few 3 balls speckled in. But Silex has pulled away here in the fourth to the tune of a 14-point lead. The first shot no good for Davidson, who was really good in the first half shooting free throws, and makes this one to make it a 13-point game. Here's Thurman to the near corner. Here's a 3. That one's good. Tori Mudd on the near side. Her first shot from the field to go down tonight. It's 53-37 Silex. Here's a 3 back the other way for Davidson off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Tori Mudd, but she throws it away into the backcourt and picked up by Winfield. They get it passed down low. What a look there for Cadence Berry. Her first 2 points of the night make it 53-39. Silex maybe want to run a little clock here. Here's Thurman out high with it. You got a bunch of thoroughbred horses out there, though. They want to move the ball. Here's Ellis with it. And it's travel called against Carly Ellis. Turnover gives it back to Winfield. Minute 53 to play here in the fourth quarter from the middle school gym. Opening round of the Bowling Green Invitational for 2022. Second game here in this gym will be Van Far and North Callaway, the 4-5 matchup. We'll have game breaks of that one as well. Here's the 3 from the far side. That one drops. Reagan Gebert with her first points of the night, make it a 53-42 lead for the Silex Lady Owls. We'll take a break, come back with more of the 97th Bowling Green Invitational after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Night Owls Cafe, Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, and CarQuest.
If you expect the best in customer service and want quality insurance coverage on the things you love, the Evans Insurance Agency is a must-call. Call 816-772-5182 and talk to Scott to tap into his many, many moons of experience, or Shaylee for her friendly attitude. And if all else fails, ask to talk to Will Evans. She's the real boss anyway. The Evans family is here for your home, auto, and business needs.
Tell my mom and dad what I'm doing.
Louisiana Flowers and Gifts reminds you Valentine's Day is the perfect time to show those around you how much they mean, and nothing says I love you better than flowers. Stop by and place your Valentine's Day orders Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to noon. Louisiana Flowers and Gifts, your Valentine's Day headquarters on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice in all parts.
Back in the middle school gym, ball goes to the floor after a timeout, and Silex keeps possession. Minute 29 to go. At the conclusion of this, we'll send it back to our feature games in the high school gym. And here's a lob pass down low for Sarah Gradicke. Gradicke from the baseline. That shot a little bit long. Rebound tipped out and taken by Winfield. Here come the Lady Warriors again, trailing 53-42. That shot off the glass is good. 2 more points for Rensley Davidson. She's been a stud here tonight for the Winfield Lady Warriors. Into the corner. Silex gets it down low. Shot off the glass, good, and a foul. Sarah Gradicke made that one look easy off the glass and draws the foul to draw it back to a 11-point lead and a chance to make it 12 from the free throw line. Now down to 54.8 seconds to go. The foul is on Elena Parr. The free throw no good for Gradicke, so it stays an 11-point game. Trouble in the backcourt. Now Winfield gets it across the line. Far side with it, it's Cadence Berry. Berry to the near side for Davidson. Davidson free throw line, kicks it back over to the far side for Berry. That shot from the corner is no good. Rebound goes to the floor and picked up by Silex, and here we go. Back the other way. Thurman passes it across. Good idea, and a nice finish for Maddie Isom to extend the lead to 13. 57-44, down to 20 seconds to go in this one, and I think Winfield going to call off the Dogs. Davidson will drive to the baseline. Take a shot from there, no good. Rebound picked up by Gradicke to Thurman. Dribble out. Yep, she'll go up for the shot, no good. Got her own rebound. Tips it over to Sarah Gradicke. She puts it in, and that'll do it for this one. 59-44 is our final. Silex holds their number 3 seeding in this one and knocks off the 6th seed Winfield Lady Warriors. Again, 59-44. The final here from the middle school gym, and we'll send it back for the pregame show for our second game of the night in the high school gym.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Eisenbath Auto and Supply, Remax Realty Shop Agent Kelly Crane, and the Cross Lumber Company in Vandalia.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting in Silex specializes in sandblasting, painting, and bodywork on large equipment such as road tractors, semi-trucks, dump trucks, and more. The team at B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting has the knowledge and skill to get your large equipment in tip-top shape. Call B&R today for a quote at 636-262-4304. That's 636-262-4304. B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting in Silex.
You simply can't buy a better replacement window than one from Sun Window Company. Energy-efficient windows and doors with a lifetime warranty on both the window and installation. Sun Window Company, family-owned and operated since 1989, offers low factory direct prices on high-quality vinyl windows. Custom designed to fit perfectly and built to last. See how much you can save. Call Sun Windows, 573-549-2080 for details and a free estimate. Sun Window Company, Highway 161 in Middletown.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, Corey, we wanted to finish out that Silex Winfield game just a little bit ago. It was a good matchup, and we want to make sure you got the call in. If you're just joining us this evening, 2 teams have already advanced on the championship side of the bracket. Elsberry defeated Louisiana, and Silex defeated Winfield. We're getting ready for number 2 Clopton taking on number 7 Bowling Green, and we're going to talk about these starting lineups and keys to the game when we return in just a moment. Actually, let's talk about keys to the game real quick. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and really, I think this game is going to be one, like we talked last game, turnovers. Limit those turnovers because there was a lot last game.
Yeah, last game, I mean, there was, 19 by Elsberry and 25 by Louisiana. So got to limit those turnovers, and you got a pretty good chance at winning.
All right, that's going to take care of our keys to the game. We'll be back with the national anthem and starting lineups next here on Eagle 102.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax-deferred or tax-free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
West End Financial Services in Louisiana will tell you, of course money isn't everything, but it certainly is something. No matter how you feel about it, it's impossible to get along without it. You may not need extra funds now, but if it happens to you, remember solving money problems is West End Financial Services business. West End Financial Services offers check cashing and short-term loans along with Western Union. Open Monday to Thursday 10 to 5, Fridays 10 to 6, and Saturday 10 to 2. Locally owned and operated West End Financial Services in Louisiana off Georgia Street.
True Manufacturing in Bowling Green is hosting a hiring event Tuesday, February 1st from 2:30 until 6 p.m. at their plant location in Bowling Green. True Manufacturing is looking for night shift and weekend warrior shifts with beginning pay between $19 and $20 per hour. If you're looking for a career change, True Manufacturing may be your answer. Mark your calendars now to attend the hiring event Tuesday, February 1st at 16755 Industrial Park in Bowling Green. True Manufacturing is an equal opportunity employer. As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Founded in 2000, Sparks Maintenance Contracting out of Bowling Green has since been performing industrial maintenance nationwide and plans to continue growing. Sparks Maintenance Contracting attention to detail and compassion are only some of the many things that separate them from other competitors. Teamwork is the key to success in business and in sports. Best wishes to all the area teams from Sparks Maintenance Contracting, proudly serving America.
Before and after the game, Night Owls Cafe has your fix for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. Night Owls is the perfect spot for down-home cooking, offering a full menu of tasty items sure to fit your taste buds. From breakfast sandwiches and waffles to pizza, burgers, and wraps, Night Owls has it all. Check out the Night Owls Facebook page for daily specials and updates on their freshly baked pastries. Night Owls Cafe, 115 Main Street in Silex.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Well, they're introducing the starting lineups here, and we'll get to those in just a moment. We'll start with the home team on the scoreboard tonight. That'll be the Clopton Lady Hawks in their home white jerseys with black numbers and red trim. They are starting a 5'6" sophomore wearing number 11, Brea Smith. A 5'6" sophomore wearing number 20, Jasmine Hammett. A 5'7" junior wearing number 22, Shanna Yates. A 5'6" junior wearing number 33, Madeline Bruni. And a 5'9" senior wearing number 44, Abigail Patchen. So for Clopton, it's Smith, Hammett, Yates, Bruni, and Patchen. For the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats, who were already introduced, they are starting a 5'5" senior wearing number 3, Briley Sparks. A 5'5" junior wearing number 10, Grace Dieters. A 5'6" junior wearing number 22, Kaylin Womack. A 5'7" sophomore wearing number 25, Kaylin Charlton. And a 5'5" sophomore wearing number 33, Delaney Fellman. So we're about for kickoff. Listen to me. It's because they're playing the fight song is what they're doing. So about ready
the band sounds great. They're rocking tonight.
Yeah, they are. About ready for tip-off here in Game 2 tonight. We'll be checking in with Mark Froelich again as Van Far North Callaway are tangling over in the middle school gym. Yeah, the band's sounding good. The Poms are out there dancing. We got the cheerleaders going.
You got the referees.
I think they're trying not to dance. You know, I'm pretty sure I saw one or two of them working it a little bit. All right, here we go. Jumping center, it's going to be Charlton against Patchen.
I feel like this is going to be a good one. I just have that feeling.
Well, these two normally are very good competitors and usually make it a good game. And the thing I'm going to have to get used to is Bowling Green is the actual guest on the scoreboard, so we'll see if I keep that straight. So here we go. Ball is in the air, and it looks like it's going to be Bowling Green controlling the tip. Dieters with it now for the Cats. Gets it off to Womack in the man-to-man defense. She's guarded in there by Smith to Feldman.
Oh,
Womack
what
takes
a
all the,
take.
yep.
Nobody stopped her. Oh,
Her shot's no
Charlton
good. Charlton
with the rebound.
Yeah, Charlton got the rebound. Her putback's no good, but she's fouled, so she's going to go to the free throw line. Boy, we're starting off early, aren't we? As Kaylin Charlton heads to the charity stripe for the first time this evening.
And I think Shanna Yates was the one that picked up that foul.
Yeah, picked up her first for herself and the team. As first free throw shot's on the way, and it's short by Charlton. She'll get a second. Dribbles the basketball one time. Shot up on the way. Also short. Yates with the rebound. Yates looks behind her. Works it around. Gets it to Smith. Smith running the point for the Lady Hawks. Working against Dieters, takes it to the far side. Excuse me, that was Bruni, not Smith. Bruni back with it at the top. Now to Hammett. Hammett dribbles with the left hand. About has her pocket pick. And Yates tries to save it from going out of bounds, but she doesn't. It's a turnover for the Lady Hawks. I'm going to have to get my teams back straight because, I have to call on the Indians and the Bulldogs. Full court pressure from Clopton here in this inbounds play as Dieters with the basketball. Gets it to Womack. Womack guarded in there by Smith. Smith gives her some room as Womack crosses the timeline. Over the middle of Clopton's bench, she hands it off to Sparks. Starks tries to create some space as a little double team was put in there. They bring it near side to Feldman. Feldman dribbling around now, back up to Womack between the circles. Womack dribbles over the far side, lobs it to Sparks. Sparks tries to create some space down the block. Nothing there. Back out top to Feldman. Feldman to Womack. Now to Dieters. Dieters in the near corner. They find Charlton underneath the basket. Shot up and good. And the LadyCats score first tonight. Make it 2-0 as we're just underway.
If they can get Charlton started down there, kind of get her a little bit of confidence down there below the block, I think Clopton's going to have a hard time stopping her.
Smith skips over the far side to Hammett, back up top to Bruni. Bruni brings it around, looks for some help. She's in some trouble. Womack knocks it out of her hands. Now she drives the baseline. They give her some space. She kicks over to Hammett. Hammett wasn't quite set, so she has to skip it back to the near side to Bruni. Bruni tries to create some space, and
great
Sparks,
defense.
Sparks
Great help defense by Briley Sparks.
And she reaches in there, wraps her arms around the basketball, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Lady Hawks as Yates will inbound the basketball. LadyCats in their road black jerseys with white numbers and red trim. Yates looks. They get it right into Hammett. Hammett pulls up for the jumper. It's off the mark, and it comes down the hands of Womack on the rebound. Womack looks. Going to get it into the front court. She's again guarded by Smith. Now hands it off to Dieters, who's guarded by Hammett. They work around behind the big BG. Now they have the far corner with it to Womack. Womack back up top with it to Sparks. Sparks into the paint, kicks it out to Charlton. Charlton back to Feldman. Feldman wants a three. It's off the mark. Ball's loose.
Great hustle by Charlton. She's able to get her hands on it. Womack picked it up. Dieters with a three.
It's no good. Yates with the rebound this time. Yates looks to push it into the front court. She's running toe-to-toe with Feldman, and Feldman's going to pick up the foul. Made a little bit of contact. So with it is Hammett. Hammett will inbound between Bowling Green's bench and the scores table. She gets it right into Bruni. Bruni works it over to the far wing, hands it off to Smith. Smith looks for the pick and roll. They find down low to Patchen. Patchen kicks it out to Bruni. Bruni wants the shot, and it's net. We're knotted at 2 apiece. So little full court trap action from Clopton, and it results in the turnover. Smith has it. She spins, her shot's up. Oh, it's no good. And now Jasmine Hammett gets a little bit of a hack from Briley Sparks, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Man, Smith did a nice spin and went up and just kind of floated the basketball, and it just didn't fall for her. Hammett gets the rebound, gets fouled by Sparks, so she's at the free throw line to shoot 2. We're knotted at 2 all, 5:15 to go here in the first. First free throw shot is up and good. Clopton has their first lead of the night. We'll see if she can get the second as she spins the ball again, dribbles it a couple times. Shot up on the way, and it's good. So still 1-2-2 trap in place for Clopton, and Smith with the steal again as she makes her way up the stairs. So Bowling Green will now have to do it again in front of the student section.
And we had Skylar Parker check in for Jasmine Hammett.
Dieters gets it to Womack. Womack up to the front to Charlton. Charlton tries to avoid the steal, and they're going to call a timeout. Coach Runyon wants to talk to his LadyCats, and we'll hear from some of our sponsors. 5:06 to go here in the first. Clopton leads Bowling Green 4-2. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, PJ Salon, and Center Locker Service.
When on a quest for parts to get you back on the road, look no further. CarQuest has all of your automobile and agricultural needs. With locations in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Vandalia, CarQuest is your leading auto parts retailer. CarQuest offers diehard batteries, hydraulic hoses, water pumps, remanufactured automotive parts, maintenance items, and accessories such as oil filters for all makes and models. End your quest today. Stop by CarQuest and get experienced help to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
Roll in to CarQuest and roll on. Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
Dieters in a little bit of trouble and throws the basketball away as Clopton came up and set a trap on the inbounds play. Goes out of bounds, last touch by the Cats, so it'll be Hawks basketball.
Yep, she did exactly what Clopton wanted her to do. She dribbled right over here to the sideline and just across half court, set up trap on her, and she just couldn't get out of it.
Smith eyes the three. It's off the back of the rim and over the backboard, and that's out of bounds. We'll be checking in with Mark Froenick here before too terribly long, as he says Van Far North Callaway are tipping off. So Patchen comes out. Looks like it's Brooke Jarrett comes in. Womack about has her pocket picked. They finally get the ball back to Dieters. Dieters throws a long pass up to Charlton. Charlton back to Dieters. Dieters works around on that BG, close to the half-court line. She's guarded by Parker. Trying to create some space, look for a screen, nothing there. Takes it to the far side, gets it off to Sparks, and it's Jarrett who gets the loose basketball. They get to Yates. Yates throws it up to Parker. Parker has to pull back, get to Yates. She eyes that three. It's off the back of the rim, no good. It's Bruni there for the putback. Her shot's partially deflected, and we're going to have another jump ball. Woo. All right, so Hammett's returning to the basketball game. She's coming in for Yates. Coming in for Clopton, Sydney Charlton will come in along with Avery Gam for Delaney Philman and Briley Sparks. 4-2 our score. Clopton on top by 2. 4:12 to go here in the first quarter. Dieters with the basketball to Gam, now to Womack. Womack
now
goes up to Charlton.
That's how you beat that press.
Long pass up to Charlton.
That was actually a great hustle play by Hammett. She was able to actually save that ball and throw it off Charlton's leg.
And so now here comes Bowling Green. They're going to answer with a 2-2-1 full court trap. Yates is now returning the basketball game for Jarrett. I have a feeling we're going to see lots of subs in this game, Corey.
Yeah, it looks like both benches are fairly deep. It looks like they're going to get a lot of fresh legs in there when they can.
So Yates looks up, finds Smith. Smith on the near side works it around, and she's going to be fouled. And that's going to go against Dieters. So Yates will inbound the basketball along the baseline on the near side, closest to us, as Clopton sets up in a box set. Get it right into Smith. Smith up top to Bruni. Bruni set for the three. It's off the mark. It's a little short with the rebound. It's Charlton. And Yates comes in and gets it from Dieters, and it's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say it went out of bounds on Dieters.
So it's getting pretty physical down here.
Yeah, I figure it's going to be a physical matchup. It always is with these two. They get the ball right into Parker at top of key. Back to Bruni on the wing. Now to Yates in the corner. Bruni to Parker. They find Smith. Smith tries to create some space. Her shot's up. It's no good, but she's going to the free throw line. I got to tell you, Corey, any team that's in here watching tonight that hasn't seen Brea Smith needs to pay attention to that. That's what she does. She's able to work and draw that foul to send herself to the free throw line because she splits those defenders, especially down low. So Smith dribbles, first shot up on the way, and it's no good. So Smith get a second opportunity. 4-2 is our score, 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Smith dribbles, second free throw shot on the way, and this one's up and good.
Bowling Green's got to clean up some of these passes.
So with it is Dieters. Dieters working, running toe-to-toe with Parker. Now they throw it up to Gam, and they can't save it from going out of bounds, and it goes out right by Clopton's bench. So back to Clopton we head. 5-2 our score, 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be checking in with Mark Froenig here in just a few moments as Bruni brings the ball across the timeline. Near side with it to Parker. Parker down low to Yates into Smith, and Smith's good travel.
Yep.
Student section, of course, all dressed in their camo for the evening. It's a Spirit Week here at Bowling Green High School, so we'll see some fun from them throughout the week. With it is Womack. Womack to Gam. Gam has it stolen, but it ends up right back in the hands of Womack, and Womack can't handle it, goes out of bounds. It's almost like Bowling Green just needs to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying to rush. Basically, whenever they get the ball in bounds, Clopton just has two people running. That's a ball handler. If you make a couple passes and get it to the center, Joy Yates knocking down a three.
Shannon Yates with a big three and makes it 8-2, 3:07 to go here in the first quarter. Womack with the basketball.
See, I don't know why she, on this press break, if there's literally 4 defenders down here on the baseline for Clopton, and there was all this open space. If you get one of your offensive players from on the Bowling Green side to move to one of them open areas, just look for them for a pass, and you're going to have a 2-on-1.
With it is Hammett. Hammett brings it back near side to Bruni. Bruni dishes it off to Parker. Parker, short corner to Yates. Yates
Great
inside
pass.
to Smith. Smith shots up and good. And we've got a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. I tell you what, instead of taking a timeout, let's take an Eagle 102 game break to Mark Froenig.
Well, it is the Mara Jensen show to start this one off as finally North Callaway hits a shot from the field. That's their first shot from the field to make it an 8-4 game, but Mara Jensen has scored all 8 for the Van Far Lady Indians so far in this game, and it's an 8-4 lead. Midway point of the first quarter here from the middle school gym in the opening round of this Bowling Green Invitational. We'll take a break, come back with more from the high school gym after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Calumet of Missouri, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
Here to answer all your automotive questions, Eisenbath Auto and Supply in Silex. With parts, tools, and equipment to keep you and your farm or business operating smoothly with quality that stands the test of time. All this plus Napa know-how. Eisenbath Auto and Supply, Highway E in Silex.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Coming into this game tonight, Clopton comes in at the 9-7 record. Bowling Green 2-12. They've kind of struggled a little bit this season, still trying to find their footing here. And we'll see what Coach Runyon drew up for the LadyCats as Avery Gam will inbound the basketball. Everybody's in the back court as Gam gets it right into Womack, right back to Dieters. Dieters gonna push it into the front court, no problem, all the way down to the paint, and her shot's partially blocked. And here comes Yates. She throws it out for Parker to chase down. Parker takes it to the hole, shots up and good. It's a 10-point lead for Clopton here, 12-2 with 2:28 to go in the first. Charlton with the basketball, and they're gonna call her on the travel. So Yates will now inbound the basketball right in front of the scorer's table, gets it into Bruni. Bruni brings it across. She's picked up by Gamma there in a zone defense, a 2-3, and they get to Smith in the paint. Her shot's up, and it's good. Brea Smith finds the hole once again. 14-2 is our score, 2:11 to go here in the first quarter. So Dieters, now her pass is thrown away and taken away by Smith. Her shot's no good. Parker with it, dishes it off to Hammett. Camera got caught there, apologies. So it's another foul on Bowling Green as Briley Sparks and Delaney Feldman return. Also, we've got Dieters and Bella Fairchild coming in. So with the basketball is Parker. Parker, top of the key, brings it back to Bruni. Bruni now to Yates. Yates finds Smith. Smith on the block, in some trouble, and he's trying to create some space. Instead, she's going to kick it back up top, and she'll throw it away.
Go chase it down.
And look at Womack turn on the Jets. Got back there before it got out of bounds and gives Bowling Green a possession in their own half the court here with no problems. So Dieters Brings it back near side to Sparks. Sparks looks underneath, nothing there. Finds Feldman top of the key. Feldman swings it to Dieters. Dieters about top of Clopton's bench. Now to Sparks, top of the key. Sparks tries to create some space. Now back out to Dieters. I thought Dieters was going to try it from way downtown. Fairchild back to Dieters. To Sparks between the circles. We're down to a minute 12 to go here in the first. Dieters looks for offense, finds Womack.
They've got to get a ball reversal. Shift that defense around.
Sparks looks. One dribble back to Womack between the circles. Womack hands it right back to Dieters. And Smith chases down Dieters.
Great pass.
Oh, look, they found Womack underneath the basket. Nice assist from Dieters to Womack. Womack takes it and lays it gently off the glass. And it's back to a 10-point game. Clopton ahead 14-4 as Bruni brings the ball back down, runs the point, finds Smith.
Oh, she traveled.
And they called her. Brooke Jarrett checking back in the basketball game. Going to come in for Smith. No, someone's got for Yates. That's what I said. Somebody's got to come off the court. Unless you're going to be like the Packers and not play with enough players on the team, on the field. So Dieters with some token pressure in the backcourt as they're trying to trap her since she crosses the timeline. And we've got a push call.
But the thing about it is, Bowling Green with this press, you don't have to dribble to beat it. If you just catch the ball and look, there's people open.
Riley Kuntz checking in the basketball game now for Smith after Madeline Bruni picked up her first foul, second team foul. It's going to be Feldman inbounding the ball as Kuntz is right in front of her. They get it right into Dieters. Dieters working against Hammett. Over to the far side to Charlton. Charlton working around, that's Kaylin, and they're going to call a foul on Brooke Jarrett. We talked about it in the first game, those little hand check fouls.
Yep, they were calling them all last game.
They were. So coming in the basketball game now is Danica Graham. She comes in for Bruni. As Dieters looking to throw the ball in with 23 ticks to go. They get it right into Womack. Womack up to Kaylin Charlton. Her shot's up, and it's good. Makes it a 14-6 basketball game here as Parker brings it into the front court. Near side with it to Graham. In the corner to Jarrett, back to Graham, now with it to Parker. Parker finds Kuntz at the free throw line.
Oh, great pass.
Down low to Jarrett, who was a little too excited, and the shot went too hard. Rebound in there by Dieters. Long pass at the buzzer, and that is how the first quarter ends. Clopton on top of Bowling Green at 14-6. We've got second quarter action coming your way next as you're listening to the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Royal Banks, and CMC Distributing and Manufacturing.
Hi, I'm Kelly Crane with Remax Realty Shop in Bowling Green. I know what it's like to be on the hunt for the perfect home, and sometimes it can be stressful. As a Remax agent, I'm dedicated to helping my clients find the home of their dreams. I'm committed to making your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable as an agent and as a neighbor. If you or someone you know are looking to sell or buy a home in Bowling Green or the surrounding area, give me a call. Kelly Crane, 573-470-3009.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
14-6 is our score with 8 minutes to go here. As I guess we're just starting the second quarter. We'll check in with Mark Froenig here before too terribly long to see an update from North Callaway and Van Far. It's going to be Bowling Green basketball.
Let's see how well they can handle this press.
Oh, I was wrong.
It's actually Clopton basketball.
Clopton basketball. I guess if we'd looked over at the scores table, we would have known. So Yates will inbound the basketball.
I just had too much trust in you, too much faith.
Yeah. I want to remind everybody, it's a Monday night. So Bruni with the basketball. Bruni working around. Looks for some help. She's directing traffic as they changed up the offense once they got there. Got to Yates over the middle of Bowling Green's bench. Down low to Smith, and it's taken away by Bowling Green. Charlton.
She can't dribble. She can't dribble. She's already dribbled.
So now
the crowd was telling her to dribble. She couldn't.
Yep. sometimes the crowd's not as helpful as they think they are. So Feldman in a trap now in the near corner.
Stepped out of bounds.
And they're going to say, yep, she stepped out of bounds.
The defensive ball pressure from Clopton has just got the Bowling Green, all the Bowling Green girls dismantled. They need to calm down and take care of the basketball.
So Bruni brings it across the timeline, brings it near side to Hammett. Hammett back to Bruni. Bruni takes it to the free throw line, backs out, now brings it near side to Smith on the wing. Smith hands it back to Hammett, now back to Bruni, swings it far side to Yates, now to Smith again. She turns around for the short jumper. It's short. And Bruni comes in, gets the loose basketball. In some trouble, finds Smith. Smith works it around and gets it to Yates between the circles to reset the offense. With the basketball is Smith. Her shot's up, no good. Charlton with the rebound, gets it to Dieters. Dieters across the timeline, or excuse me, now brings it across the timeline and throws it away. A little too much sauce on that one.
Yeah, trying to force too many things. You can definitely tell Clopton's bread and butter is getting the ball to Brea Smith at the free throw line extended and just let her go to work. She's missed a few opportunities down there, but she's getting, wherever she wants to go every time she gets the ball in the middle of the paint.
So with it is Bruni. Bruni brings it back near side to Hammett. Hammett to Bruni. Back to Hammett on the near wing. Looks inside, nothing there. They swing it to Yates over the far side. Yates takes it in, kicks it out to Patchen, who's back in the ball game, to Smith. Smith in the paint. Her shot's up. It's good. Back to a 10-point lead for Clopton, 16-6. As Dieters once again has the basketball. 1-2-2, or actually it's more like a 1-2-1-1 set up as Hammett comes and tries to take the basketball. And they're going to call a foul on Dieters. And
I thought they were actually going to get her for a travel.
I thought they were too. Not much wiggle room, we'll just say, with the officials this evening. So Yates will inbound to Bruni. Bruni with the basketball. Works up top. Near side to Hammett, back to Bruni between the circles. Back to Hammett. Little pitch and catch going on as Yates now has on the far side, brings it back near side to Hammett. Hammett pulls up for the shot. It's off the mark. Jarrett there with the rebound. Gives it back to Smith. Smith shot's up. It's no good. And we got another jump ball.
Oh.
And she falls right on her tailbone. She'll get up and walk that one off, I bet you. We watched her over at the Clopton tournament sprain her ankle, get it taped up, and came right back in. As Parker's going to come in and give her a minute to compose herself. Nope. Yeah, now they are. That wasn't who the original was supposed to be, but they're going to give her just a second to walk that one off. As
this has been one physical ball game.
Yeah, Sparks to inbound the basketball, tries to feed it inside to Womack, but it's knocked out by Hammett. Well, when these two play, it's always going to be physical.
I just don't know what Bowling Green's trying to do on this press break.
They have four.
Everything's congested. Like, look, you got three people right by the. That's not how you break the press.
So Bowling Green, what they were doing is Sparks was inbounding the basketball, but they had the other four lined up in a straight line going from side to side. Now they're down in front of the student section. But it went to Clopton there. It says last touch by Bowling Green.
Yep.
Clopton gets it into Parker. Parker right back to Yates. Back to Parker in the paint. Back out to Yates. Yates in some trouble. She's able to get in the hands of Parker. Parker with the left hand in the paint is going to travel. She ran into four defenders, and here's Brea Smith back along with Gracie Dieters. Both returning. Yates coming out.
Okay, you've got four high here. Okay, they've backed off the press.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if Bowling Green can find themselves. Nope, they're going to do that 1-2-1-1 press here. They're going to play for the trap, but Bowling Green's got to have somebody that flashes back behind Gracie.
So they get to Charlton. Charlton between the circles. Now to Feldman. Feldman in the near corner to Womack. And Womack's going to travel. She did a little bunny hop there.
Yep.
Got called on it. 5:07 to go here in the half. Again, Clopton leads it by 10, 16-6. So Parker with the basketball. Parker brings it across to Hammett. Now to Parker. Over far side to Yates.
She
Yates
can make
wants another
those.
three, and it misses everything. Hammett tries to save it from going out of bounds, and no luck. So checking back in the basketball game is Bella Fairchild. She's coming in.
So they've got this 1-2. It's just an extended press here. So what Feldman needs to do when she inbounds the ball, be a trailer. Give your guard an option. You got two people up front. You got one defender guarding the one girl. You've always got a trailer. If you run into trouble, you can get out of it. That was just kind of a forced shot by Charlton.
Yeah, Charlton's shot's no good.
Great
Clopton rebounds.
pass.
They throw a ball up to Parker. Parker's shot's up and good. It's a 12-point lead for Clopton, 18-6, and Dieters comes back the other way at the basketball. Gets in the front court, North Palm finds Womack down low. She takes it in the paint. Her shot over top of everybody's no good. Brooke Jarrett's going to pick up the foul. And send Womack to the free throw line to shoot two. While she's there, let's take an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig.
Well, Mara Jensen's still at it. She just extends the Van Far lead to 17-6 over North Callaway with 4:45 to go here in the second quarter. Jensen now with 10 points of the 16 that Van Far has scored. Not a whole lot of scoring for these teams in this ball game as North Callaway turns it over. They're over 5 turnovers here in the first half. But just an entertaining back and forth. Not a whole lot of whistles, pretty good flow. If we get some finish, put some more points on the board, we might have a perfect ball game over here. But right now it's Van Far 16, North Callaway 7. We'll send it back to the high school gym in Marianna Quarry.
Womack couldn't make the free throws. Clopton got the rebound, went down, and failed to score. However, the ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Bowling Green, and Smith went up for the shot. It's no good. Kuntz is on the court, and we're going to have another tie-up. Possession arrow stays with Clopton. 18-6 is our score here. 4:06 to go. With the basketball is Yates right into Smith. Smith shots up and good, man. They found her standing right there wide open. She didn't hesitate.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool play design. They had one of the Clopton guards come running through almost like a decoy, and then they found Brea Smith right behind her.
So Dieters with the basketball now in some trouble. And now they get it off to Fairchild. Fairchild back to Dieters, and it looks like Parker may be picking up the foul.
Looks like the referee's having a little chat with some of the people in the stands.
Yep. There, I call that on Parker. Be her first, I believe. They have put it up there as Bruni comes in. Hammett's going to come out. Yep, Parker's first foul. So Dieters with the basketball.
Look at her in the corner. Bowling Green's got to get some sort of movement off the ball. They're just passing it between guards. They're not really moving the ball around the...
We get into Feldman. Feldman to Fairchild. Back out top with it to Dieters. Dieters loses the handle on it, and here comes Parker. And they're going to say Dieters touched her leg and is going to call a foul. So she will come out as Charlton comes back in. And it's a 1-on-1 situation as that is Dieters' third foul here in the first half. We were talking about it earlier. You know, I know they couldn't hear us, the players out there, but, man, you can't breathe on each other out there this evening.
Nope. Referees aren't allowing anything as far as a hand check.
Parker's free throw is no good. Clopton get the rebound. Here comes Gianna Yates with a three, and it's good. 23-6 is our score. 3:17 to go here in the first half. Womack with it on the far side. Brings it back to Feldman. Now to Sparks to Womack over the far wing to Charlton. That's Kaylin. Kaylin back up top with it to Sparks. Bounce pass near side to Feldman. Feldman eyes the three. It's off the mark, no good. Chasing down the loose basketball is Yates. Gets it to Smith. Smith brings it into the front court. Works it all the way around. Dishes it off to Bruni. Now back to Parker. Parker wants a three, and it misses everything, and then Clopton can't save it. And, of course, you know, if you're going to shoot an air ball in someone else's gym, you're going to hear about it.
You got to give the ball to the referee first.
Yeah.
Let's get settled down here.
That's Ryan Brown, who wears number 44 for the LadyCats, who's going to inbound the ball. She tells her offense to move. And here comes Smith. And of course, she was on the court. Teammate Bruni runs over, helps her up. So for Bowling Green, we've got Kaylin Charlton, Kaylin Womack, Ryan Brown, Lily Bowen, and Briley Sparks. Charlton, one dribble, picks up her dribble. Now back to Charlton.
You got to have somebody flash middle.
And
if
right,
you're Bowling Green trying to look, there's Sparks in the middle.
And we got the 10 seconds as Bowling Green's defensive pressure was all over Bowling Green's offense. There was no room to move.
Well, they're trying to beat this press with a dribble, and it just doesn't work that way.
So with this Bruni gets it into Parker. Parker back to Bruni on the far side. Bruni skips it near side to Hammett. Hammett chases it down, keeps it from going out of bounds. And now back in the hands of Parker between the circles. Hammett on the wing. Back up top to Parker, inside to Smith. Smith kicks it out to Bruni. Bruni wants the three. It's off the mark, no good. And it's Hammett, the shortest girl out there, who gets that rebound, ties it up. And they call a timeout. That's right, Clopton gets the timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:04 to go in the half. Clopton leads Bowling Green 23-6 as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Craig Bowen CPA, and Beinhoff Funeral Homes.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
23-6 is our score. Bowling Green looking for an answer to Clopton's defense. As we'll see what Coach Runyon draws up at halftime. With the basketball now is Clopton. Kuntz has it in the near corner, finds Yates. Yates dishes it off to Parker. Parker 1-3. It was off the mark. Womack with the rebound. She runs it over on the far side, takes it down, it finds Lily Bowen in the paint, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Cats. Lily Bowen had a good idea there. She ran into the paint, pulled up for the jumper. It was just a little short. Kuntz comes out. Let's see who checked back in. So for Clopton, we've got Bruni, Parker, Smith, Hammett, and Yates. For Bowling Green, we've got Womack, Sparks, Bowen, Feldman, and Charlton. That's Kaylin Charlton.
We'll see if Clopton goes back to the middle here to Smith. Well, just as I said it, they did get it back to her. I mean, just look at the ball movement and look at the movement off the ball by these Clopton players. I know she traveled there, but the movement on this side of the court is just so much better than what we're seeing from the Bowling Green offensive side.
So that was Bruni who was called on the travel. And what do we have? We're calling a foul away from the ball. They're going to call it on Smith. I'm assuming they're calling a push of some sort.
Yep, that's one on her. Okay, here we go, man-to-man. Just got to get the ball in.
They get
now
to
everybody clear out.
Womack being chased by Smith, and it dribbles off of her foot out of bounds. So back to Clopton we go. So Jarrett returns as Hammett takes a breather. Yates is going to inbound to Parker. They get it right in the hands of Bruni. Bruni over the far side to Parker. To Smith, back to Parker, now with it between the circles to Bruni. Back to Parker again. Bruni directing traffic up top. To Parker, a little pitch and catch between the two as Parker was standing right in the middle of Bowling Green's bench, finally includes Yates. Once again, here comes the three on the way by Bruni, no good. Tracking down the loose basketball is Parker. Parker and Womack tangle a little bit out back, but Parker's able to control the basketball. Bruni to Yates. Inside to Smith. Smith stops, pulls up. Her jumper is short. Womack with the rebound. And here comes Charlton. Charlton pushes it into the front court, brings it all the way down, and now in a little bit of a trap situation and gets the ball off to Feldman. Feldman trying to make room, resetting the offense, takes it over the other side. Her shot was blocked. Jarrett comes away with it. Yates thought she got away with the travel, but she did not. Down to 29 ticks to go here in the half.
But when Bowling Green beats this press, they're literally dribbling the ball to either the top up here by half court and getting trapped, or they're dribbling it all the way down to the baseline, getting trapped in the corner. As soon as you get across, you got to be able to handle the ball enough to get your offense set up.
So Sparks with the basketball, brings it across, working against Parker, about in the middle of Clopton's bench.
Could be a 5-second.
And is a steal by Kuntz. Kuntz tries to throw it to Graham. Graham to Bruni. Bruni sees there's plenty of time, no need to hurry, picks up the dribble, dishes it off to Parker. Parker back to Bruni. Bruni brings it near side to Jarrett. Down to 5 seconds. Bruni wants a long three, and it misses everything. Riley Kuntz goes for the putback. It's no good, and that is how the half is going to end. Clopton comes away with the lead, heads into the locker room, 23-6. We have your Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
At the half, Bowling Green is looking for an answer because Clopton held them scoreless in this second quarter as the score remains 23-6. At the end of the first quarter, Clopton led 14-6. So, Corey, no points scored for Bowling Green at all in the second.
Nope, it's been a real, Bowling Green's been on a struggle bus here really that whole first half. We're already looking at 18 turnovers. Clopton's that press has just really dismantled them from any game plan that they had coming in. They really look lost out there on the court tonight.
Yeah.
You got to be able to at some point handle a little bit of pressure, and if you're a guard, you got to be able to get your offense set up into what your offensive scheme is, and we just haven't seen that out of any of the guards for Bowling Green. Credit to Clopton. They've been able to put a lot of ball pressure on the guards and make them uncomfortable, and they've forced them to make passes that, normally they probably wouldn't have made, and it's caused a lot of turnovers. Like I said, 18 turnovers that first half. That's really the big difference in this game because when they've turned it over, I don't have the stat, but I know as far as offensive, fast break points that Clopton's had, and whenever they get like a 2-on-1 on those fast breaks, they're scoring, a majority of the time. So that's really the big difference in this ball game.
All right, let's take a quick break here on the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report. Let's go to Mark Froelich for an Eagle 102 game break.
All right, Marianne, over here we're at the half as well, where after 2 quarters, it's the Van Far Lady Indians, the 4 seed leading the 5 seed North Callaway Lady T-Birds, 21-8. Pretty entertaining first half of basketball. Mara Jensen in control. She scored 12 points in the first 2 quarters, including the first 8 points of the ball game for Van Far. But she is 0 for 4 from the free throw line, and that's all that the free throws that Van Far shot in the first half. Only 2 fouls committed by North Callaway. That's the good news for North Callaway. The bad news is, although they're 6 of 10 from the free throw line, they only scored 1 basket from the field, as Riley Blevins has 4 points to lead all scorers for North Callaway. So only 1 shot from the field goes down over the first 2 quarters for North Callaway, as the Van Far defense, anchored by the big center, Mara Jensen, has been outstanding. Lots of hands in the lanes, and it's easy to see why the Van Far Lady Indians won the first meeting between these two teams by 10 points, and they're already out to a 21-8 lead after 2 quarters here in the rematch. This has been an Eagle 102 game break. We'll take a break, come back with more of the halftime report after this on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Lynn's Heritage House, and Knight Equipment Company.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
The most complete coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
At the half right now, we have Bowling Green looking for an answer to Clopton, as Clopton has a lead of 23-6. If you're just joining us, games earlier tonight in the first round, it was number 1 Elsberry getting the win over number 8 Louisiana, 35-18. In the middle school gym, and number 3 Silex defeated number 6 Winfield, 59-44. As we mentioned before, this is Clopton Bowling Green going on here in the high school gym. In the middle school gym, it's number 4 Van Far taking on number 5 North Callaway, where Van Far is leading there as well. Now, Corey, tomorrow night, it's boys opening round action. Our 5:30 games here in the high school gym. Number 1 Winfield will take on number 8 Silex. A game you can hear right here on Eagle 102. Number 2 Elsberry will face number 7 Van Far. And then in the high school gym at 7 o'clock, another game you can hear right here on Eagle 102. Number 4 North Callaway will face number 5 Bowling Green. And at number 3 Louisiana will take on number 6 in the middle school gym. And that game will be streamed in its entirety online as well. Of course, we'll have cameras in both gyms throughout the week, giving game breaks and various ones. You can always keep up to date with which games we'll be having by, of course, staying tuned to Eagle 102. We post them on our Facebook page, on our Twitter account. If you haven't followed at Eagle 102 Sports, there you go. We keep you up to date that way as well. Plus, we'll always have a full recap of scores for you each and every day on the Eagle 102 scoreboard page and during Eagle 102 Sports. Do you have any stats for us from the first half?
I do. I can give the scoring breakdown.
Oh, I appreciate it. I want you to do something tonight.
We'll start with Bowling Green. We have Kaylin Charlton. She's leading the way with 4, and then Kaylin Walmack added on another 2. And then for the Clopton side, we have Jasmine Hammett and Madeline Bruni with 2 apiece. And then we have Skylar Parker with 4, Shanna Yates with 6. She's got 2 3-balls that first half. And then Brea Smith, 9. And I really like what Coach Alejandro has done.
Whoa. You were in trouble.
Well, actually, no, not really, because one of them is Coach Alejandro and the other is Coach
but we
Street.
both know who you were talking about, and I'm just glad it's not me getting in trouble.
Well, I'm not going to get in trouble. It's okay.
I'm going to tell on you.
You can go right ahead. But anyways, I like what they do with Brea Smith. She's a gamer. They get her the ball at the free throw line extended and just let her go to work. I mean, you don't see it a lot in high school basketball and girls when somebody really kind of has that killer instinct. As soon as they get the ball, they turn and face the basket, and they know what to do with it. And, she gave the Clopton Lady Hawks a big boost there with those 9 points, and they've all come from right under the basket. So great game plan by the Hawks, and let's see if Bowling Green can make a change in their defensive scheme and see if they can figure out how to break this press and cut back on these turnovers.
All right, we've got just over 2 minutes to go here in the halftime. Let's take our final break. We'll be back with second half action next as you're listening to Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McCoy Blossom Funeral Home, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and the Ivins Insurance Agency.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, the Clopton Hawks are on the court. Now we're just waiting for Bowling Green to come out on the court. They came out of the locker room a little bit later. I didn't even take any warm-up shots. So they're going to have the ball to start the second half. Sparks, Dieters, Womack, Charlton, and Feldman, the starting five.
Gracie's got to be smart not to pick up another foul. She's got 3 right now. Doesn't want to pick up a 4th one early because then she's going to be setting most of the second half.
But I believe Shannon Yates just picked up a foul. And I think she picked up a foul right off the bat as they began the game. So Dieters with the basketball. Working up top as she's guarded by Yates over the far side of Womack. Womack in the middle of Bowling Green's bench. Dieters with the long 3 from downtown. And it's no good. Bernie gets the rebound. So Bernie brings it across the front court. She looks back to Bernie between the circles. 2-3 zone from Bowling Green. Bernie to Yates. Yates on the near side to Smith. Smith turnaround jumpers up and good. So Dieters once again with the basketball. Throws it over to Womack over on the far side. Back up top with it to Dieters. Dieters to Womack. Womack shots up. It's no good. With the basketball again is Smith. Smith going to take it. Finds Hammett. Hammett has to save it from going out of bounds. And she can't quite do that. So Dieters once again with the basketball after Clopton turns it over. Throws it up front court, across court now with it to Womack. Womack in the paint. Her shot's up. It's no good. With the rebound is Smith. Smith looks to push it herself. Into the front court she goes. Dishes off to Bernie. Bernie to Yates. Yates eyes another 3. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Dieters. Dieters wants to turn on the Jets a little bit. Take it all the way down herself. Shot up. It's no good. Yates with the basketball. It's tipped around. Coming away with it is Sparks. Sparks' shot's no good. Now she fights for her own rebound. And it's tie up on the court. So Clopton will inbound the basketball. No pressure from Bowling Green. Bruni brings it across the timeline. Finds Smith right in the paint. Her shot's up. It's no good. Womack is going to travel on the rebound.
How many travel calls between both games? We've seen so many tonight.
So, Clopton inbounds it, gets it into Smith, Bruni. Bruni finds Smith in the paint, walks it around into the block. She's got to kick it back out to somebody else, so she chooses Bruni. Now to Yates. Down low to Patchen, and we're going to call a 3-second lane violation. So now with it is Dieters. Dieters.
Do you know who they called that on? Was that on Brea or was that on?
No, it's Patchen.
Patchen.
Yeah, for Clopton, we've got Yates, Patchen, Smith, Bernie, and Hammett. And just like that, they make liars of me because Riley Kuntz comes in for Patchen, and Skylar Parker comes in for Hammett. So with the basketball is Smith, and it's going to go out of bounds.
I just like how aggressive she is.
So full court pressure now from Clopton. A little 1-2-2. Sparks gets it to Womack, and Womack is going to run right into Bruni. There's another foul. So Bowling Green with the basketball. Dieters works it, trying to get it across the timeline, over the far side to Womack. Womack takes it to the hole, shots up, it's no good. They said she went out of bounds, or is she going to the free throw line?
I think she's going to the free throw line.
Yeah, it looks
they
that
call
way.
it on the floor. Nope, they call it on the floor. But Riley Kuntz is going to pick up her first foul of the evening.
25-6 is our score. Clopton ahead, 5:26 to go here in the third quarter. Dieters gets it right into Charlton. Charlton takes it up off the glass, and it's good. And that's the first 2 points for Bowling Green in quite a while. So Bruni now with the basketball. Brings it back near side to Parker. In paint to Smith. Smith tripped up. And now, ball's still moving. I thought I heard whistle blow, but Kuntz takes it home. Now there's one that blows, and Riley Kuntz is going to the free throw line.
I could have swore a whistle was blown.
Yeah, I could have too. What football game was that they heard that too? The Raiders and?
Yeah, it's hard telling.
So Kuntz at the free throw line. Picking up the foul was Kaylin Charlton. That is her first. Team's first here in the half. Kuntz, first free throw shot on the way. Off the back of the rim and no good. She'll get a second. We're going to catch up with Mark Fronick again here in just a little bit as Hammett returns the ball game for Bruni. Sydney Charlton checks in the basketball game now for Sparks. So Kuntz, who's a freshman, with her second free throw shot on the way. It's up, off the back of the rim, no good. Hammett with the rebound. Shortest girl on the court. With it now is Parker. Parker gets it into Smith. Back out to Yates. Yates eyes another three. Thought she could bank it in, but Kaylin Charlton with the rebound. And Smith is going to pick up the foul as she kind of jumped in to Charlton on that rebound. So one of those fouls that you're not exactly happy about getting, but
especially that far away from the basket.
And it's her third. So Charlton now to inbound the ball. That's Kaylin. She'll get it into Womack. Womack to Dieters. Dieters back to Womack again. Trying to avoid the trap, and she's tangled up. Kick ball, and it's going to go back to Clopton. So while we do a possession change, let's take another Eagle 102 game break with Mark Fronick.
Van Far has opened up a 20-point lead on North Callaway here in the middle school gym, leading this ball game 31-11. Already 18 points now for Mara Jensen. Only 2 shots have gone down from the field for North Callaway in this game. 2 in the first half, a 3 here in the second half, but that's been all their scoring in the second half. Just that 1 3 ball from Natalie Schrock, who just picked up her third personal on the offensive end, and now a double dribble by North Callaway. Again, turns it back over to Van Far, trying to add to the 20-point lead. 31-11, they lead here past the midway point. Actually, 2:25 to go in the third quarter, and this has been an Eagle 102 game break.
Well, back-to-back turnovers, one from Clopton and the next from Bowling Green has Parker taking it all the way down for a shot. It's no good, but cleaning it up was Madeline Bruni. Makes it a 27-8 basketball game here in the high school gym with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. More subs coming in as Lily Bowen is returning the ball game along with Bella Fairchild for Sydney Charlton and Kaylin Charlton. So Yates will inbound the basketball. Yates. No, Hammett to inbound the basketball to Bruni. I got distracted as Sean Yates is sitting down here to my left as he just showed up talking to some friends. So Bruni over to Hammett. Hammett just inside the three-point line, back to Bruni, now to Parker. Parker looking for Yates in the paint. but they're kind of blocking her out. Parker with it now on the near side. Finds Kuntz. Kuntz back to Parker. Finds Yates at the elbow. Yates moves around. Feeds inside to Kuntz. Kuntz's shot's up, and it's good. And it's a 21-point game for the Clopton Lady Hawks, 29-8 with 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Dieters needs some help, gets it from Womack. Womack works it around, brings it back near side. She takes in the paint, dribbles it off her foot. Now it's Bruni. Bruni stops, waits for traffic to get past her, feeds it off to Parker. Parker to Yates. Yates eyes another three. It's off the rim, no good. Parker with the rebound, Kuntz with the rebound, and it's loose. Coming away with it is Bowen. Lily Bowen getting the rebound, hands it off to Dieters. Dieters head back the other direction. She dishes it off to Feldman. Feldman in some trouble to Bowen. Bowen in the near corner finds Dieters. Dieters takes it straight to the hole. Is nice assist in there. And it's a 29-10 basketball game with 2:44 to go here in the third.
That's Gracie's first bucket of the night.
So with the basketball again is Bruni to Parker, to Kuntz. Kuntz inside to Yates, back out to Parker, now to Bruni again. Swings it over the far side to Hammett, back up with it to Bruni, back to Hammett again. Hammett at the end of Clopton's bench has her pass deflected but gets it back. Now with the down low to Kuntz. Kuntz was all underneath the basket. Shots up, it's no good, but she's headed to the free throw line, Corey.
Yeah, I think Lily Bowen's gonna pick up her first foul.
Got mass subs coming in for Bowling Green. Looks like it's going to be 5 in and 5 out. After Kuntz attempts the first free throw shot. She spins the ball in her hands. Shot up on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. So again, mass subs coming in for Bowling Green. As Charlton, Brown, Sparks, and Gam come in. So Sydney Charlton, Kaylin Charlton, Avery Gam, Ryan Brown, and Briley Sparks as Kuntz's second free throw shot's on the way, and it's good. Still a 20-point lead for the Hawks with 2:16 to go in the third. 30-10 is our score as Sparks looks to get the ball into Gam, and it's Parker that comes from behind and knocks it out of bounds. So we'll try it again.
Bowling Green just can't figure out this press.
Now, Bowling Green wants to take a timeout. We'll do the same. It's a 60-second timeout, 2:15 to go in the third. Clopton leads Bowling Green 30-10 as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, and Ann Lane Boutique.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
Well, in case those who are wondering where Mr. Jim Ross is this evening, we're going to throw him under the bus because he's over at KU. Now, we all know Ross is a big, huge MU fan. So why in the world would he want to go to KU? He gets a chance to see the field house, and I think another officiating friend is with him, and they kind of get to see the ins and outs of
well, regardless if you're a KU fan or not, that'd still be pretty cool to be able to walk through and see all the facilities and everything.
Yeah,
but I just don't see anything wrong with that. It's not like he's rooting for him. He's just going to see what kind of complex they got.
Bowling Green can handle the press against Clopton. They throw the ball away as it goes out of bounds.
You know, even though Jim messes up my name, like, basically every time.
Yeah. You see, you're going to be nice to him.
I'm not going to be too mean to him because I think it'd be pretty cool to see the KU or any college's facility.
Well, this is no fun as
It's going to be a moving screen.
Yeah, we got a moving screen that's going to be a violation on Parker. As the 15th foul for Clopton with 1:56 to go here in the third. By the way, Mark says to settle down, Cody. Jim will be back with us tomorrow evening as Dieters has the basketball, works her way into a trap. Now she's in some trouble. They throw it away as Parker gets it, and then she's going to be fouled. Parker bounces up as Sparks. You need to watch that knee there.
That was a heck of a collision down here.
Yeah, it was. Sparks, who was out the first part of the season, wears that knee brace over there. We don't want her getting any more injuries. And that's her second. So Gam's coming out as Womack returns. Clopton has the ball under their own basket on the far side as Yates smacks the basketball and looks. They get it right into Parker, who stands in the middle of Clopton's bench. Back to Hammett. Inside to Yates. Yates spins. Her shot's up. It's no good. And it's Sydney Charlton with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled as Yates picks up her third. Oh, no, just her second. My apologies. I thought she had one to start this quarter.
That's definitely should be.
Oh.
Yeah, that's number 3 on Joy.
Well, Parker makes contact with Sparks.
I don't know why I keep calling her Joy Yates. That's Shanna Yates.
I don't either, but maybe it's just because she's such a joy to be around. So we're walking to the other end for a 1-and-1 after a collision between Bradley Sparks and Skylar Parker. So Parker's going to come out. That's her third. Brooke Jarrett's going to come in. Now they call her in. A 1-and-1 here by Sparks. Oh, poor Mark's giving you a hard time. Joy Yates did play for Clopton 10 years ago.
Well, I am old.
That is true. So free throw shot up and no good. Rebound by Clopton. Bernie gets it, dishes it off to Yates. Yates brings it near side to Hammett. Hammett dishes to Bernie between the circles. Bernie looks for some help. Now to to Kuntz. Kuntz over on the far wing. Now back to Bernie between the circles. Finds Hammett on the wing on the near side. Down inside to Yates. Yates goes up. Her shot's up. It's no good. With the rebound to Sparks. As Sparks gets it off to Dieters. Dieters runs into Bernie, and Bernie will pick up another foul, I believe. Yep. And so Dieters will walk to the other end for a 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul for Clopton. There's still a 1:07 to go here in the third quarter. I think if I was Coach Street, I'd probably have to tell him to stop fouling.
And if you're Coach Runyon, you're hoping your girls can start knocking down some free throws.
Yeah. So Sparks comes out as Feldman returns. Gracie Dieters, the veteran ball player, at the line for a 1-and-1. First free throw shot is up and good. She'll get a second. 30-11, 1:07 to go here in the third. As Dieters stands at the charity stripe once again, spins the ball, dribbles a couple times. Shot on the way, money. So Yates will inbound to Bernie. Little 2-2-1 press from Bowling Green. And Coach Street says we need to talk about it. We got a timeout. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he tried to call a travel. Now he realizes the timeout was called.
Yeah, Madeline Bernie made sure he knew that she called a timeout.
We'll take a timeout as well. 1:03 to go here in the third. Clopton leads Bowling Green 30-12. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Remax Realty Shop Alicia Koenig, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center, Veolia Landscape Supply, and a taste of Philly.
Well, in the third quarter that seems to be lasting forever, Corey. Right now, Clopton still has the lead at 30-12. We'll be checking in with Mark Froenick again here soon as he's got the Van Far North Callaway game over there. Last time we checked in, Van Far had a 20-point lead. So coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Clopton's basketball. So Yates will inbound as Bowling Green continues with it. Looks like they've manned up. Man-to-man defense. Here comes Bruni. No problem getting the ball across the timeline. And some help. Gets it from Yates. Yates bounce pass down low. Just a second too late as she saw Jarrett along the baseline or along the block over there. And it bounced off her foot, but went last touch by Bowling Green, so Clopton has it under their own basket. They get it into Kuntz. Kuntz works it back up top to Hammett. Hammett between the circles to Bruni. Now back to that zone defense, that 1-2-2. As it looks like Clopton's content to kill clock, which is, I think, where the argument comes in for that shot clock. So Bruni just working around.
Last time I made a comment about shot clock, I got blasted.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
So, well, did you say you're for it or against it?
Ooh, that was pretty, that was not much contact for a foul there.
We talked about that all game, that they don't breathe on each other. 24 ticks to go here in the third. 30-12 is our score. Clopton has the lead as Clopton now inbounds it again between the between the scores table and the bench for Clopton, and immediately there's another foul.
That one's going to be on Delaney Feldman.
And we're going to try it again. So Briley Sparks is going to come back in for Dieters.
Yep, you don't really want her picking up her fourth within, we got 20 seconds left.
Yeah, as Shayna Yates comes in now, she's going to inbound the basketball between the scores table and the bench. As she waits, she finds Hammett. Hammett down the block. Now she needs some help. Back to Yates. Yates in the middle of Clopton's bench, and she's going to carry it. So Dieters is going to come back in the basketball game now with 13.3 ticks to go, and also looks like Graham is returning to the ball game. Graham is coming in for Bruni. So Sparks will inbound it, get it right into Dieters. Dieters getting some pressure from Hammett, crosses over in the front court, kicks it off to Charlton. Now to Feldman. Feldman shots up, it's no good. Kuntz with the rebound. Kuntz tries to throw it, but in the hands of Sparks. At the buzzer, it's up, and it's good. So at the end of the third quarter, Clopton has the lead, 30-14. We've got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by West End Financial Services, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and True Manufacturing.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes to the Philadelphian favorite water ice, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, we are still waiting for teams to get on the court. Let's take an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froelich.
Well, we're past the midway point of the fourth quarter here, and North Callaway just scored their first points of the quarter from the free throw line. They still only have sunk 2 shots from the field in this one. Now a timeout taken by Van Far, and they lead this ball game over the Thunderbirds 38-13 with 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Big night from Mara Jensen, as she is going to finish with 20 points. The subs are in, the end of the bench in for Van Far, as it looks like they're going to take on Elsberry in the semifinals. Right now they lead this one 38-13 over North Callaway, 3:01 to go, and this has been an Eagle 102 game break.
Well, we've got both teams back out on the gym here in the high schools. Dieters is working against the defense of Clopton. The ball's bounced around a couple different times, and finally is going to go out of bounds, and I believe it's going to go out last touched by Bowling Green, so it's Clopton basketball.
It's almost like whenever somebody who doesn't handle the basketball a lot gets the ball, it's like a hot potato. They're trying to get it out of their hands as quick as they can because they don't want to make a bad pass or something. You just got to calm down and be relaxed and be strong with the basketball. Trust yourself.
Bruni brings it near side to Hammett, to Yates. Now to Smith, who's back in the basketball game. She takes in the paint, works her way around, shots up, it's no good. Ball's tipped around, and it's taken away by Hammett. To Bruni, back over the far side with it now to Smith, back to Bruni again. Between the circles, man-to-man defense from the LadyCats. Hammett has it, hands it off to Yates. Yates Skips over to the far side to Bruni. Bruni keeps it from going out of bounds. Now back to Yates, who's about in the middle of Clopton's bench. Brings it back to the free throw line, but she carried the basketball. So it'll be Bowling Green's ball.
Yep,
Lily
she
Bowen
just kind of
returns.
brought her hand under the basketball.
So Feldman gets it into Dieters. Dieters being guarded by Hammett in this man-to-man defense. At the half-court line, throws it to Feldman. Feldman works around over on the far side, about in the middle of Bowling Green's bench, takes it all the way to the end. Now along the baseline underneath the basket. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Clopton.
See, like in that instance, when she got down there, instead of continuing to dribble, why not just pick it up and look for somebody that should be flashing behind you to get yourself out of that bad scenario over there in that corner? I mean, it just seems like they aren't really aware of what they.
Well, they try to get the ball
to handle the pressure. They just aren't. They don't know how.
So Dieters tries to feed the ball into Charlton, but it's knocked out of bounds by Clopton. So Bowling Green will do it again. They get it into Bowen. Bowen back up top to Womack. Womack to Charlton. Now swings it to Dieters. Dieters puts the ball in the court into the paint. Back to Charlton. Charlton wants a three off the front of the rim. No good. Bruni lets it go out of bounds. So back to Clopton. We head. 30-14 is our scores. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter. Ryan Brown checking in the ball game now for Bowling Green, coming in for Bowen. Yates to inbound the basketball. Full court man-to-man defense from Bowling Green. They get it into Smith. Smith pushes it into the front court, takes it all the way down. Count the bucket. No, they're waving off the bucket. But they called it on the floor.
Yep, they call it on the floor.
So no bucket, but Clopton retains possession underneath their own basket as Yates is going to inbound it. Look to get it in to Hammett.
Travel. Shuffling her feet.
Get a little excited there when you get the basketball. Some of the players do. So Parker's going to come in now for Hammett. Coach Street telling her not to worry about it, shake it off, get ready for the next time. She steps back on the court. So Dieters with the basketball for the LadyCats. Yeah, she about got a backcourt violation there, didn't she?
Yep.
She was able to keep.
But with that new rule, you know, it's
the ball in person had to be across
the
half-court line. And she did a nice job of making sure both hadn't crossed. Kuntz checking in now for Yates. So Kuntz gets it into Parker. Parker pushes it into the front court. She pulls up at the head of Clopton's bench. Now works around on the wing, takes it into the paint. Needs somebody kicking out to, finds Bruni. Bruni directing traffic. And she's going to be fouled. She should go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. So Madeline Bruni steps to the charity stripe. Briley Sparks is going to come back in. That's Ryan Brown's first foul. Sparks is going to replace Brown as Bruni stands at the charity stripe. Dribbles, first free throw shot on the way. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Sparks. Sparks gets it to Dieters. Dieters brings it into the front court. She looks to take coast to coast. Her shot's partially blocked, but she's headed to the free throw line. Smart play there by Dieters as Patchen wasn't quite set. Go ahead and try to drive that basketball in there. 30-14 is our score. 6:09 to go here in the ball game. Dieters at the free throw line. First shot's up and good. I would just like to point out it's not really fair that Mark, who finished about 2 minutes behind us in his first game, is now several minutes ahead of us here in the final game.
Well, we were just talking that third quarter seemed like it took longer than the whole first half did.
I guarantee it did. So Dieters ready for a second. It's 15-30. 30-15, excuse me. I was just reading what was on my screen there backwards. Second free throw shot's up. It's no good, and it's going to say it touched the guide wire, so it's out of bounds. So Bowling Green has cut the lead in half.
There's got to be a way that we can get those pulled back, right?
I'm not going to ask because that looks like some type of engineering stuff that I have no business dealing with or talking about. So Bruni brings it into the front court, over driving the baseline now with it to Smith. Smith shot's up, and it's no good. And it's Kaylin Charlton with the rebound. She feeds it to Womack, back to Dieters. Dieters at the half-court line, working against this defense, crosses over, takes it in the paint, and she's going to be fouled. She'll head back to the charity stripe as Yates is going to pick up another foul. And that's
going to be number 4.
Well, actually, they called it on Bruni, not Yates, but it's still 4. So Dieter's first free throw shot's on the way, and it's no good. She'll get a second. While she gets prepared for that second, let's take an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig.
This one is just about to wrap up. 40 seconds to go. We've got players that aren't even in the tournament program on the floor. A turnaround shot there, no good for Sydney Miller. It's a 40-18 Van Far lead. Look out for these Van Far Lady Indians. 20 points tonight from Mara Jensen, 8 from Haley Baskett, 7 for Devin Keller, 2 for Carmen Wilburn, and a point for Kayla Heaton. There's a 3 back the other way for North Callaway, as now they've finally gotten over that 20-point mark. It's 40-21, down to 15 seconds, as this one has been all Van Far tonight. 40-21 going to be our final score here in the middle school gym. We'll send it back. This has been an Eagle 102 game break.
All right, and Bowling Green's free throws were no good on the rebound. Clopton was fouled, so we're down at the other end as Brea Smith is shooting free throws. She made her first, makes her second, makes it 32-15. So again, as Mark said, the Van Far Indians move on to face Elsberry, who they defeated earlier this season in the semifinals on Wednesday. It'll be North Callaway taking on Louisiana, with Bowling Green trying to figure out an answer here to Clopton with 5:27 to go here in the ballgame. Womack drives that baseline. In some trouble from the block. Kicks it back out to Fairchild. Fairchild dribbles around back to Dieters. Dieters on the wing. Stops, pulls up for the long 3, and it's off the mark. Yates with the rebound. She throws it up to Parker, and we've got a scrum at half court. It's a jump ball. Possession arrows in favor of Bowling Green as Parker and Gam tied up for that one. 32-15 our score. 5:08 to go in this one. Looks like it's going to be Gam inbounding the basketball. Oh, they're saying white ball. They didn't change the possession arrow. So Yates will inbound the basketball. Still full court man-to-man defense from the Cats. They throw it in. Hammett gets the ball. Hammett just kind of holds the basketball until she waits till all 10 players are in the front court. Now with it is Parker. Parker being guarded by Gam. Works it around over to the far side. Now back up top to Yates between the circles. Yates with the left hand. Goes down along the block. Her shot's partially blocked. No good. Hammett with the rebound. Tries to feed it to Coons, but it's taken away by Gam. Now Parker takes it away. And Clopton's in control. Parker going to go all the way around. Her shot's up. It's partially blocked as well. Coming down the rebound is Charlton. That's Kaylin trying to work around this defense, and Parker messes it up again. Parker gets the ball in the front court, is able to dribble the basketball to avoid the travel call. And now slows it down to set the offense for the Hawks. She's guarded man-to-man defense by Gam. Picks up the dribble, gets it off to Kuntz. Kuntz finds Smith, headed to the basket, and I know it's a big shocker as Brea Smith adds another 2, makes it 34-15.
That was just a great back cut and a heck of a pass by Riley Kuntz to get it to her.
Long shot on the way from Feldman, and it's good. Feldman drains 2, makes it 34-17. Smith with the basketball. Throws it up to Parker. Parker over on the far wing, and she's going to be fouled.
And that's going to be number 5 on Gracie Dieters.
And she's not a happy camper about it. And send Parker to the free throw line and give her the chance to shoot still a 1-1, as that's just the 9th team foul. So Sparks and Sid Charlton are coming in anyway. So Sydney's replacing Feldman, as Sparks replaced Dieters. Hammett's coming out as Bruni returns. As Parker stands at the charity stripe. First free throw shot is up, off the mark. With the rebound is Charlton, and we're going to walk to the other end as Shannon Yates is going to pick up her 5th foul. No, her 4th.
Yep, that's going to be number 4.
Oh, they just says 3. See, they've got me all confused too.
I think they've got something goofed up down there.
I guess they're going to figure it out. Either way, Charlton's going to get 2 free throw shots here, courtesy of Samantha. It's not Samantha. See, you got me all screwed up. Shannon Yates. Oh, Avergam moved out of the box. She moved out of the box, so I think it's only one. And it's good. And that was what they said. There was some movement along before the shot. So she only got the one shot as Bruni now has the ball in the front court for the Hawks. Hands it off to Parker. Parker, being guarded by Feldman, works her way around into the paint. Her shot's up, and it's good. 36-18 is our score. Sparks with the basketball. Takes it over the far side to Womack. Womack takes it in the far corner, dishes it off to Sid Charlton. Back up top. Now back to Sydney. Sydney finds Sparks, headed to the basket. Sparks shots up and good. Bowling Green saying don't count us out yet with 3:13 to go here in the ball game. Here comes Smith. Her shot's up and good. And we've got a timeout. Coach Runyon wants to talk to his LadyCats, and we'll hear from some sponsors. 38-20 is your score. 3:06 to go as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Young Enterprises Incorporated, B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting, and Billy Collins Construction.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice and all parts.
3:06 to go here in the ball game. Bowling Green has the basketball, but they're down by 18 as Clopton leads this one 38-20. Sparks works the ball and loses it, but it's getting into the hands of Kaylin Charlton. Her shot's up and good.
I think that counts as an assist, too.
Well, I tell you what, whatever works is the way it needs to go. As Jarrett tries to get a hold of the basketball, a long baseball pass. They say it from going out of bounds, but Smith is going to be fouled, so she'll head to the free throw line, and she should be shooting two here as well. Can't say that this was what we would call a pretty game.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty sloppy, but it's been really physical, and it hasn't been.
It's been a good rivalry game.
Yeah.
38-22 is our score. Brea Smith at the free throw line. She'll get two. First one on the way is good. Again, the game over in the middle school gym is wrapped up as Van Far advances on after defeating North Callaway 40-21. We'll have a full recap of scores for you during the post-game show coming up here in just a little bit. As Smith is there for the second on the way, and it's so good the net didn't even move. So Womack wasn't ready for the inbounds pass, and it goes off of her out of bounds. So back to Clopton, the possession heads.
Those are just mistakes that you just can't make.
So Smith gets it in to Parker. Parker works her way around against this defense, and she's going to hit the court, and she's going to head to the free throw line.
Bradley Sparks is going to pick up her second foul.
Skylar Parker at the charity stripe. She'll get two as both teams are in the double bonus. Don't forget tomorrow night's boys action for you here on Eagle 102. First free throw shot is on the way, and it's good. Coverage from both gyms with game breaks. We'll have it all for you right here on 102.1 FM, online at kjfmradio.com, on the KJFM radio app, and on Alexa. Again, remember, all you have to do is tell Alexa, hey, Alexa, play KJFM radio. Second free throw shot misses everything. It remains a 19-point game, 41-22, 2:39 to go here in the ball game. Clopton has led this one except for a very short amount of time where Bowling Green had a 2-point lead. So Sparks trying to create some space as Parker's not giving him much, and now there's a steal by Smith. Smith throws it over to Parker. Parker goes up, and she is hacked.
Holy cow.
Whoever says basketball is not a contact sport,
there was a lot of contact on that.
They're not watching good basketball.
Who'd they give that foul to?
Sparks. It's her fourth. I worry about her watching her with that knee, though. She's so
Yep.
aggressive. I just hate to see something happen with that knee again. Free throw shot on the way from Parker's up and good. But you know what they say, you got to leave it all on the court, and she's definitely doing that this evening. It's a 20-point lead for Clopton. 42-22 as Skylar Parker set for her second free throw shot. Dribbles the ball, spins. Shot on the way, and it's good. So this time Womack was ready for the inbound from Feldman. She's working against Graham, who's coming this ball game, gets it up to Sparks. Sparks works it around, they feed it inside, and it's going to go out of bounds, and last touch by Clopton. So Bowling Green will have it under their own basket with 2:10 to go in the ball game. So Sparks will step out. She'll inbound the ball as Bowling Green sets up in a box formation. Now Feldman kind of kicks out a little bit. They look, get it inside to Charlton. That's Kaylin. And now we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Bobcats. So they're going to try it again. This time Feldman's going to inbound as Bowling Green lines up in a straight line from side to side. They want it into Womack, and it's about taken away as Graham can't wrap her fingers around it. Goes back out of bounds, so Bowling Green will, third time's a charm, right? Isn't that what they say?
Let's hope.
So Sparks looks. She's looking for someone. They lob it into Womack. Womack down low to Lily Bowen. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, this time by Jarrett, I believe.
There's just so many forced passes.
So Sparks looking as they set up again. She smacks the basketball. She's looking. There's Feldman up top at the free throw line. And the ball's loose, goes out of bounds. They're going to still say it was touched last by Clopton. Maybe a different spot on the court will help. So Feldman will inbound between the scorer's table and Bowling Green's bench, and there's a steal by Parker. Parker takes it in, lays it off the glass. It's up and good. 45-22 is our score with 1:51 to go here in the ball game. Sparks with the basketball. Works it around against this defense. Tries to find Womack, kicks it out to Charlton. Charlton shots up, it's no good. With the rebound is Bruni. Bruni in some trouble. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:33 to go here in the ball game. Clopton leads Bowling Green as you're listening to girls opening round action from the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Trophy Properties and Auction, Joe Ogden Agent, Louisiana Flowers and Gifts, and LaCrosse Lumber in Louisiana.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. PJ Salon in the Raintree Mall in Louisiana is your full-service salon, offering manicures, pedicures, tanning, and much more. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
So Clopton with the basketball. Parker has it over the far side to Graham. Graham back up top with it to Bruni. Bruni between the circles at the top of the key, finds a hole, tries to create space, it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Bowling Green. So Clopton will have it under their own basket with 1:18 to go here in this ball game. So Graham is going to inbound the basketball. As now Clopton set up in a box. Graham's looking. They get it right into Parker. Parker at the end of Clopton's bench. Down low to Jarrett. Jarrett shots partially blocked in there by Bowen. Bowling Green with the loose basketball, and they get it in the hands of Sparks. Sparks working against Parker up front. Into the front court. Now dishes it off to Feldman. Feldman being guarded by Bruni. Dishes it to Womack. Womack in some trouble. Shots up. No good. They're going to call the travel. So with 58 ticks to go here in this ball game, looks like Clopton will advance on to face Silex in semifinal action, while Bowling Green will take on Winfield on Wednesday night. Now note here, we talked about Van Far has already beat Elsberry just not that long ago. Silex
should be a pretty good ball game.
Silex just beat Clopton last week. So it's Wednesday night. You don't know who's going to win these games. So with the basketball is Parker over the far side to Jarrett. Jarrett wants a three. Oh, it was off the rim. And Charlton with the rebound. She needs some help. Gets it off to Gam. Gam pushes it into the front court. Over to the far wing. Spins around up top with it to Charlton. Charlton's three in and out. No good. Chasing down loose basketballs. Fairchild. Fairchild shots up. It's no good. Ball's loose. Now it's going to roll around. It's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say his last touch by Clopton. Riley Kuntz coming back in the ball game now. She's coming in for Bruni with 26.5 ticks to go in the ball game. So Fairchild to inbound the basketball. She needs some help. Tries to feed it into Brown. However, it was Graham that came in from behind, knocked it back out of bounds, so they're going to do it again. Parker lets Gam get it into the backcourt, now crosses over into the front court. Dishing off to the far wing to Fairchild. Works it around, looks inside for Bowen. Bowen needing some help, tries to feed it off to Gam, but it's knocked out of bounds by Parker. We're down to 14 ticks to go. 45-22 is our score. Clopton's going to win this one as they get the ball into Brown. Brown works around, tries to feed it to Gam, and it's going to go out of bounds with 7.5 seconds to go. Good chance here. Clopton's just going to inbound it and dribble it out. As Kuntz throws it way in the backcourt to Parker. Parker's just going to stand there and dribble it out, and that's going to be this game. Clopton picks up the win as they defeat Bowling Green by the score of 45-22. We've got your post-game show next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up.
If it's time to ride or time to work, it's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. There isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than those at Hayden's. If you need help at work or at play, let Hayden's Motorsports Center be your one-stop shop for the most fun and hard-working power sports equipment in the area. They're always ready to help. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
At Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair in Vandalia, they say it's better to prevent a breakdown than having to pay for one. Preventative maintenance is key, but if your machinery should break down, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair is there to serve you in the shop, on the farm, or roadside. See Craig's for semi-truck and trailer repair, oil changes, overhauls, and much more. Farm planting season to harvest season and beyond, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair can help keep all your equipment and big rigs rolling. Call in or stop in today. Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair, Highway 54 east of Vandalia.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, Corey, it wasn't pretty by any means. At the end of the first quarter, Clopton led Bowling Green 14-6. Clopton held Bowling Green scoreless in the second, going into the locker room up 23-6. They extended that lead in the third and then got the final win by the score of 45-22. And you got some stats for us?
I do, and we'll start with Bowling Green. We'll start with the scoring. We had Delaney Feldman with 2, along with Kaylin Walmack with 2 as well. Bradley Sparks with 4. Gracie Dieters with 5. And Kaylin Charlton was the high scorer for the LadyCats tonight with 9. And then we'll switch over to Clopton. And we have Madeline Bruni with 4. Jasmine Hammett with 2. Riley Kuntz with 3. Shanna Yates with 6. Skylar Parker with 11. And then Brea Smith led the Lady Hawks with 19 tonight.
All right. Let's take a quick break on the post-game show. When we return, we'll wrap up games tonight, set up tomorrow night for you as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Night Owls Cafe, Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, and CarQuest.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Brown's Smokehouse Meats invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Well, let's recap scores from tonight, Corey. In the earlier matchup, number 1 seed Elsberry defeated number 8 Louisiana 35-18. They will now face Elsberry, will now face Van Far, who defeated North Callaway 40-21. So Louisiana North Callaway will play at 5:30 in the middle school gym on Wednesday night, while Elsberry and Van Far play in the high school gym at 5:30 on Wednesday night. Then a game you just heard, it was number 2 Clopton defeating number 7 Bowling Green 45-22. The Lady Hawks will now face the Silex Lady Owls, who defeated Winfield earlier this evening 59-44. So Bowling Green, Winfield in the middle school gym, while Clopton and Silex will be here in the high school gym. Tomorrow night, it's boys opening round action. Our 5:30 matchups, 1 Winfield will take on number 8 Silex, and number 2 Elsberry will face number 7 Van Far. 7 o'clock matchups, number 4 North Callaway will face number 5 Bowling Green, and then number 3 Louisiana taking on number 6 Clopton. You can find the full brackets online now at kjfmradio.com. They're also on the scoreboard page, and we'll have more information for you tomorrow as well. So any final thoughts this evening, Corey?
Nope. Looking forward to the games Wednesday, though. I think we're going to have a really exciting night Wednesday, but I don't want to skip over tomorrow night as well when the boys get kicked off. Just looking forward to basketball all week.
It's the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. I want to thank Brendan for running the board for us back to the station. For Mark Froenick, Brendan. See, I just called you Brendan. How about thanking Brendan for Mark Froenick and Corey Buchanan? I'm Marion Everhart. Till tomorrow evening, you've been listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. Broadcast.